Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another weekend of Blade and Soul Korea Season 1. My name is Joe Sophie. Joining with me is Ending Life as always, and we're here for another exciting week as we got through the groups A and B. You guys got to see all the teams from last week, and now we're going to get to the losers bracket to find out who the second place from each group will be.
Yep, finally, and for our first match, we'll see IDES versus Haho. You guys will see the brackets coming up very soon. But I am very excited to finally give these. I don't know if I should call them losers, but yeah, they are the losers of the the respective groups A and B. So give these teams a second chance per se to get up there as the second place to make it into the semifinals.
And they weren't the best teams to really play out in their own respective groups of groups A and B. Of course, we're looking at the quarterfinals still. This is going to be the last day where we place the second place for each groups A and B, and that will be decided for today. So we're going to have a lot of matches, and we're going to just see who the best, second best teams will be from each group, and we're going to get onto the semifinals starting tomorrow.
Yep, and starting the semifinals, finally we'll be going into the best of 7. But for today, until today, we'll go on with the best of 5s. And like Joe said, it's a little longer day today. We have 4 matches total to decide the losers bracket, and the losers versus the winners of the losers. So we're gonna have the double eliminations, and as we see here, the game rules.
You're gonna get the best of 5 for the last time today. Get 4 best of 5s to be exact, and we're gonna get, which means that the third set will be a random. It's gonna be allowing us to spin the roulette to make sure we find out if it's gonna be another single or if we're gonna get another tag for that set 3. So you know that starting for this year, the teams have to be ready for anything, and that just means tag and single equally as viable in terms of what you have to win in order to get to the next rounds.
Yep, all singles and tags being worth 1 point, like Joel said. It's it's worth being prepared for both rather than just focusing on one like they did last year. And now on screen we do have the standings of Group A, and we see that GC Busan Red already made it and qualified for the semifinals, and we have GC Busan Blue, potentially the second best team in Group A, waiting for the losers to make it up there to face them.
So we're going to get IDES and Haho for the first match, and the winner of that will face GC Busan Blue for that second place decider, and they will join GC Busan Red in the semifinals starting tomorrow, and that will be Group A. But same thing for Group B as well. See Anarchy winning their way through all the way to the semifinals already, have secured a spot and do not have to play any matches today. Nyangyang will be winning the decider to face off the winner versus Kudeta and KKC. The winner of that will be facing off Nyangyang to see who's going to be facing off Anarchy in the Group B semifinals.
Yep, we'll have to see about who will make it up there into the semifinals for tomorrow. But let's focus on IDES versus Haho, because IDES already played GC Busan Blue. He's already waiting in the second place deciders bracket right now. So even if IDES beats Haho and makes it up there to face GC Busan Blue, and they've lost 3-1 against GC Busan Blue previously last week. So we'll see if they are prepared to kind of step over their obstacles, which is GC Busan Blue.
This is just a week ago where GC Busan Blue looked absolutely stronger than IDES in their last encounter. So over a week of preparation, I wonder if IDES had what it took to really improve themselves and evolve to another level to see if they can beat out Haho first. That's obviously the first thing they have to get through, and once they get there, are they going to be able to put up a fight against GC Busan Blue? It's going to be another story we'll be following here.
Yep, and as we see on screen, we always have these events for these live audiences and for the Korean servers. So unfortunately for you guys who are watching abroad, just come to Korea if you want to participate in these events. If not, then just enjoy the holographic CGs that the production has prepared.
And these are only for the live audience. So the online viewers out there watching from Twitch and abroad will not be able to participate in these events directly. So mostly about, if you do come to Korea, have a chance to visit, and you want to watch some Blade and Soul action here in the domestic league of Korea, you have to come to OGN. Definitely do that, and we'll definitely hook you guys up with some nice prizes for your visit here.
Yep, so before we get into our first match, IDES versus Haho. Haho actually, on the other hand, is a team that has a couple, or actually to be precise, just one player that is pretty well known, Jinyu Park, the assassin, the legendary assassin who has kind of retired for the moment and came back this year. And during the time of his retirement, Daeyoung Choi kind of stepped up as an assassin and kind of proved himself as to be the best assassin. But we'll see what they have prepared for us. We'll be getting into the VCR of these player interviews very soon.
We'll see what they have to say. So get to the interview VCR to see what the players had to say coming into this week. So losers bracket is going to be on for both groups. Let's hear from the VCR. Let's see what the players had to say.
하하고 3연패로 시간이 필요할 것 같아요. 너무 급조됐어요, 팀이.
공중에서 너무 힘들거든요. 뭐 아이뎁스가 맛있긴 하겠습니다만
탈락은 아니니까요.
나는 이렇게 패배를 많이 해본 적이 인생에서 처음이에요. 기공사에 대한 대처가 안 돼 있어서 맞으러 간 거예요. 그냥 맞아주러 간 겁니다.
정우 형이 숨기고 있는 게 가장 무섭다고 했는데 그것 때문에 졌던 것 같아요.
상대방만 알면은 이겨요. 무조건 이겨요.
진짜로 이겼을 것 같아.
근본적인 원인은 조합 차이라고 생각을 해요. 신겸이가 일찍 죽었단 말이에요. 공중에서 떠서 죽었는데 이번에도 자동교체 타임 노려서 저희가 뛰어서 한 번 더 죽여드리겠습니다.
제가 살이 빠지면서 좀 실력은 줄었나?
진영이 잘못하지 않았나요? 누가 봐도 진영이 똥 싸고 게임 터졌는데.
예, 제가 구멍입니다. 아, 대단해요. 운전기사가 실수도 할 수 있으니까.
너무 띄워준 거 아닙니까? 두 번을 터뜨렸는데 태그에서 교체 실수 바로 해서 들어가고 개인전 다 이긴 거 콤보 실수하고 못 이기고.
제 암살보다 못한 것 같아요.
아 맞지.
너무 즐겜을 하지 않았나.
첫 태그 경기에서 약간 살이 거기서 금이 가서
지고 나니까 너무 열이 받더라고요. 앞으로는 이제 즐겜을 안 하고 다시 이제 빡겜을 하는 걸로 할 생각입니다. 사실 그 예선에서도 제가 이기긴 했거든요.
예선전 때는 저희가 졌지만 이번 경기에서는 아마 다를 거예요.
진영이 잘했던 시대는 저희가 없었기 때문에 잘했던 거라고 말씀을 누누이 드렸고요.
저희 팀 암살이 왜 대영이 형이겠어요?
오늘 3명 다 암사로 출전합니다. 진영 걸리지 말라고 똑바로 전해주세요.
내가 붙을 거야 암살로.
붙어볼만해 내가 봤을 때.
현규야 웃잖아. 형님 운전 연습 많이 했는데 벨트 매라. 찰칵.
얘네는 그냥 뭐 재미삼아 나온 팀 아니에요?
박진현 선수가 못하니까는 아무것도 아닌 팀이 되더라고요. 3세트에서 끝날 것 같아요. 괜히 머리 아프게 전력 쓰지 않고 그냥 개개인의 실력으로 무너뜨리도록 하겠습니다.
저번 경기 때는 너무 허무하게 졌는데 이번에는 더욱더 잘하는 모습 보여드리겠습니다.
진유님한테 갈 필요 없이 재선에서 다 끝내도록 하겠습니다.
완벽하다.
Okay, we're back in the action here. We heard from the interview and see what the players had to say. Sorry guys for the delay. Microphones are back on. And get to introduce the players once again. And I can see IDEPS. I think the team that looked really strong on paper. With very, very strong players with Hyungyu Kim and also Shingun Kim. Daeyoung Choi, we thought would have been the best assassin right now in the current 2018 roster, but they didn't do so well against GC Busan Blue on their first outing. They're going up against Haho, see if what their best lucks are.
Yeah, and as you guys saw in the VCR or the interview, Jinyu Park is the sole member, the sole carry on this team, and if he makes a mistake, then the other two members that's supposed to be supporting him kind of, shakes up and gets tilted. So we'll see if Jinyu Park, could play his best like he said in the VCR.
Not gonna play for fun, he's gonna play on the serious level for Jinyu Park. He definitely has struggled last week. And when Jinyu Park struggles for this team, Haho, Jae Kim, and Jong-woo-seo are not going to be the carry. They're going to be just looking to support him. And when the main carry does fall apart, that's going to be the other two falling apart accordingly. That means that Jinyu Park, it's up to him to do well today games, especially against items, and see what he can do in terms of his main potential of what we remember him to be so good at.
Yep, and here we go with the match predictions. Last week, for Group A, the predictions were correct. For Group B, it went the other way around for both of the matches. So for Group B, the 3%ers won both of the matches. For Group A, the higher percentage team actually won out. We'll see what happens this time around. But like we were talking about, Jinyu Park, we'll see if he's able to carry his weight, because I'm not playing favorites, but he was the only player in Blade and Soul to do a 3v1 and come out on top. So I'm kind of, not gonna give up all hopes on Jinyu.
It's been ages though since that happened, and time has passed, and Jinyu Park is probably not gonna be seen as the best assassin in the league anymore. I think Daeun Choi definitely took that title last year, and
fair enough.
Gonna be up against him and see what they can do, because you're gonna see the tag for the first match as always, as we lead on to the second game of singles. But for the first match, Shinga Kim on the Warlock with Hyunga Kim on the Destroyer, and also Daeun Choi on the Assassin is gonna be going up against Jinyu Park on the Assassin, along with the Warlock and the Blade Dancer that will be supported by Jae Kim and Jong-woo-seo.
Yeah, we'll see how they do, because for both of these teams, for both of round one in the previous week, they've lost all their tags for both of the teams. So we'll see. Either one of the teams still has yet to win a tag match. So we'll see which team comes on top with this round one.
It's really about more than the individual performances. It's about the team communication, the trust you have within the cooperation that you're trying to make with your teammates. It's going to be the more important thing, especially in tag, and will depend on Jinyu Park, also from Haho, see what he can do with the two supports that will come along with Zay. But will items play the favorites and win out this game one in the tag, or will Jinyu Park and the boys do it for Haho? We're going to find out in this game one. Let's get into game one, the opening match for our day 3 action. Thank you guys for joining in. And we're gonna get into Daeun Choi and Jinyu Park, the Assassin Mirror match to begin us off.
Yep, here we go. Super aggressive on both sides. The reaction of 2v2 and the wall bang. Just doing so much damage to Jinyu Park and Jong-woo-seo.
Here we go, trying to go for that interfere both ways, and Daeun Choi now has to use the escape, but definitely on the winning end in terms of damage. And saw that Jong-woo-seo tried to come in for the defense interfere, reactive there, but definitely got most of the damage against that part.
Yeah, that was the perfect reactionary 2v2 for both sides. However, Hyunga Kim with the Typhoon wallbang, just, you can't handle that if you're just a Blade Dancer coming in for that defensive interfere.
You see Daeun Choi still out of that stealth for the next 10 seconds and see what he can do, but Jinyu Park still gonna be up there and just moving around swiftly there, and Hyunga Kim. After we saw the Lotus Escape being used by Daeun Choi, is going to come out for that interfere to give the time to switch, give all that cooldown right back. So all the escapes now available to Daeun Choi.
All right, Jinyu Park's health bar not looking too healthy, and the stealth is out for Jinyu Park.
Yep, Jinyu Park's going to have to use that stealth and see what he can make out of it. The Lotus are planted for both players here.
All right, they do trade that stealth. Now Daeun Choi is out of stealth.
Still have 20 seconds though, so we're probably not going to see another use of stealth until they are force tagged out. And Lotus Escape are going to be available for both players.
That was nice on Jinyu Park's side. We have 8 seconds. Lotus of Escape is used by Daeun Choi. Jinyu Park he could play it aggressive, but
just going to keep their distance and trying to allow the next players to come in. It's going to be a Warlock mirror match too. Starting off the second round, it's going to be Shinga Kim and Jae Kim. Trying to see who can get the better edge here.
Assassin mirror matches are a lot more interesting to watch compared to the Warlock mirror match, especially when they are just, just staying by their walls. But there we go.
See the stun coming in that will force out the escape. Jae Kim. Get the familiar on both sides and trying to do some damage here, but mostly damaging the familiar more than the caster themselves.
We do have that interfere coming in. But we are back to the Warlock mirror match. Shin Kim is actually out of his escape and his body swap.
Body swap is going to be gone for now, and that's going to be him just trying to put him up in the air. And Hyun Kim almost got a good damage onto him, but his familiar does go down with Hyun Kim coming for that interfere. Time distortion.
Time distortion right before that throw goes away. And tag actually happens, and the Blade Dancer comes in.
Jongsa trying to come in with the Blade Dancer and trying to do some damage onto Shin Kim, but just looking out of here, just going to knock him down. He's going to go for the damage and rushing right in.
Alright, we do have that reactionary 2v2. Not too much damage taken on either side. Shin Kim has to tag out, no escapes. Good tag out for Shin Kim.
Very much necessary there, having no escape. You don't want to get caught out by the Blade Dancer. Knocking down Hyun Kim once again. And go back again and trying to do a back roll that he just used, but just has a tab escape available for Hyun Kim.
Alright, we'll see that Ember Stomp. Hyun Kim is going to stay on there until it disappears. Both of them having their escape. One of them has to make their move. There we go. He dodges that with the back step.
Be fine for now. And Hyun Kim's kind of in the air though. Now has to come for the interfere. That will be the Warlock just trying to put in additional damage, but the lightning draw doing more damage to that as well. So Hyun Kim now going to be going down to about 70% health.
Alright, we have Choi tagging out. We have Daeon Choi back out on the field. We'll see if Jinyu Park will be coming in very shortly, but he is kind of low on health. That he won't be too confident when he comes out against Daeon Choi, who is almost at full health.
See Daeon Choi doing very well against Jinyu Park the first time around, but he's going to be up against the Blade Dancer this time around, and he has to use all the escapes just to get out. And Lotus escape gone, and
time distortion.
Stealth was gone as well, but the time distortion coming from
Daeon Choi.
Do a lot of damage though. Has all the escapes now back. Can use that if he wants to use it defensively, but Jongsa still doing very well, using most of his time very efficiently there, and now bringing Jinyu Park back out. Now on a similar health level in terms of HP comparison to Daeon Choi.
Yeah, and Daeon Choi has to use his stealth once again right after Shin Kim just gave it to him with that time distortion. So this time around, Jinyu Park is on the upper hand.
See Daeon Choi using a lot of his escapes very early here in this game, and Poison Breath not going to connect, and Jinyu Park just trying to make sure that landmine, one of those connect, and that will help him out quite a bit in terms of damage. But Lotus escape now used for Jinyu Park. He does have the stealth available, while Daeon Choi's stealth is going to be back in 10 seconds.
Yep, Lotus is planted by Daeon Choi. We'll see. Daeon Choi is going to make his move right when his stealth comes back. We'll see who'll land that CC first to take out that stealth.
Knocking him down for now, and see the stealth now being used for Jinyu Park, but it's going to get all the escapes back with the Warlock interfere coming in with the time distortion.
It's not surprising for the Warlocks to come in to support the Assassin. And the back roll chase!
Nice, very nice on that knock, trying to get the chase on, and that will force the tag out from Daeon Choi. Jinyu Park also without escapes. I think that might be a choice for him to tag out as well.
Yeah, we'll see. If he does not tag out, he could get one-shotted by Shin Kim, but he's staying in there because there's 20 seconds left. He might kind of be pushing it just in case. We'll see what happens.
Definitely risking his chances now to survive for the next 10
Ooh,
seconds.
but that aerial is going to definitely buy him time.
Onto the webbing now and just trying to buy some time. About 5 more seconds that he had to stay down. The bombard actually coming in very nicely there. Body swap had to be used to make sure that additional bombard doesn't come in. The Warlock ultimate is not going to connect after the tag out happened. And will be Jinyu Park going to get the free tag out, so very nicely done for him.
Yeah, regarding interfere points, we have Ho definitely up, has the upper hand right now. A lot more points compared to IDEPS. We'll see if IDEPS will be able to kind of hold it there until they get their interfere points at the 3-minute mark.
Daeon Choi once again coming out. Have to use that Lotus of Escape. JUK is going to be out there as well. See that Assassin versus Warlock mirror match, the matchup and how that's going to go forward. Daeon Choi is going to get the damage up in the air. strike here, and landmine still down on the ground, ready to be fired up.
Body shot, initiate. The defensive interfere comes in. Daeyoung Choi is not calling in for his support. He's staying it out. He's stalling it out.
And we're going to see the back roll being used, and the stealth now being used for Daeyoung Choi as well. Jae Kim doing a good job trying to buy some time. Trying to do some damage onto the assassin. So that has to be tagged in, along with the tag in now for Hyungi Kim, but he's going to be Phantom Grip right away as he comes in.
Yeah, that's perfect Phantom Grip right with the tag. Ooh, and the lightning draw.
Very nice there.
The aerial offensive reactionary 2v2.
It's a very nice defense coming from Jinyu Park there, limiting that offensive opportunity for Hyungi Kim.
Yep, perfect interfere by Jinyu Park right there. And a lot more points regarding tag and interfere for Hahahoho right now.
You're going to see the ultimate coming from Destroyer, trying to do some damage, but it's not going to be too crucial at the moment. See the Warlock back out for Jae Kim here.
Daeyoung Choi, we'll see if Daeyoung Choi will be able to make a difference, and he does land some bombard damage, but he's in the air!
Oh, he's going to be caught up right now, and Jungwoo even helping out with the damage with that offensive interfere, but not going to knock him away ultimately here, and once again the time distortion to give all the escapes right back. Jae Kim very nicely done to make sure he gets the damage along with Jungwoo on that interfere.
Yep, we only have Hyungu Kim on IDEP's side with that interfere point. Hahaho has 2 interfere and 2 tags. This is definitely looking a lot better. We'll see if they are able to finish this off within a minute.
See Hyungu Kim trying to come in for interfere, trying to do some wall bang, but does not connect. And Jae Kim is still safe up there, but he gets stunned up. I wonder what this will lead to. And see some nice plays coming out. He doesn't have the tap escape, and that's going to be Jae Kim most likely going down, and that will be the last strike to get him away. And that's going to be the first man knocked away in this last minute remaining for the side of Haho.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jae Kim was the only player on Haho who did not have a tag point, and he was unfortunately out on the field against Daeyoung Choi. So that combo is just definitely going to kill him off. But we'll see if Jinyu Park will be able to kind of revenge for his teammates.
You see that ultimate cancel by Daeyoung Choi. Jinyu Park just trying to put as much damage as possible. So right now on this phase here, we're going to see him on the losing end of things. But you see the Blade Dancer, the ultimate. Trying to connect it just a little bit, but Daeyoung Choi is still going to be pretty healthy from where he stands.
Chase is not going to happen, actually. Oh, it did happen. Hyungi Kim is out of his escape. 10 seconds left.
But you just need to worry about not taking damage there, because right now it seems like items will be ahead in that department. But adding more damage now, and Jungwoo we're going to have 2 more seconds to stall out, but that I think will be Hyungi Kim and the boys from IDEPS. I think they're going to have the upper edge on that damage shot. We talked about that 1 kill coming through in addition to all this damage that came in at the last minute there. Just seems like, yes, Hyungi Kim and IDEPS does get the victory in game 1, and now they're 1-0 ahead.
Yep, and IDEPS' first tag win of this season, and it was kind of shaky until the last minute where they picked up that kill with that additional damage at the last 3 seconds. So it doesn't seem as if IDEPS is way ahead of Hahaho currently, but you know, they were shaky, but they still got that first win. So let's see what this leads on to with round 2 going into singles.
It will be the singles coming up. See who's going to make an appearance is going to be an interesting question, but starting off with this wallbang, that all added up to the eventual damage lead that we got from IDEPS in the end, but the most crucial one that came in was from Daeyoung Choi. Coming from that assassin stun to additional combo back and forth, and that will be picking up the first kill, but became the very crucial kill. That gave them the advantage lead at the end.
It was very unfortunate because, you know, like I said before, Jae Kim was the only one without a tag. We had Jinyu Park and Jungwoo with tag points, but they were on bench. So, you know, if it was either one of them out on the field, they could have lived and they could have all 3 members until the end of the match, potentially. But, you know, unfortunately, they get knocked out, 1 player down, and they take the massive damage at the end, which is definitely give IDEPS the upper hand in the TKO situation.
Just see that happen. I think this became the difference maker when we didn't see that kill come through. It would have been a lot closer and probably would have gave Haho a better chance, but we saw no really significant action until the 9th minute when that 1 minute timer was up, and that's when we started seeing some kills coming through, and that became another second kill that would have came through if we had more time, but In the end, we saw Shingeki and the boys from Idep doing a lot better in terms of putting out more damage, and it's going to give them the 1-0 win to start us off.
Yep, and soon we'll be moving on to set 2, which is singles, and I'm kind of curious of which matchup will be coming up in our second match, because we do have those quote-unquote the best assassins on either team, even though, like we talk about, you know, Daeyoung Choi may be the current best assassin in Korea, but Jin-Yu Park being that legendary assassin, kind of he might want to take that title back and prove himself to the audience and even to Daeyoung Choi that he still got it. We'll see if that will be the matchup.
We're gonna find out if that's the case, and we're gonna get exactly what you asked for, ending in Daeyoung Choi and Jin-Yu Park. Best assassin of 2018 versus the best assassin of probably the Hall of Fame in terms of Blade and Soul Korea. We've had this guy as a legend, and you know, he's still playing here after his retirement. He's back again to play, but Jin-Yu Park, I feel like he wants to not make this more of an event match. It's not for fun, it's not for just a friendly, but it's a really competitive match that Jin-Yu Park really believes that he has an edge over Daeyoung Choi here.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because, you know, some people say words speak loudly, but actions speak louder. So we'll see if Jin-Yu Park will be able to beat Daeyoung Choi to prove to us that what he said in the interview is true and he meant it. But if he does not, or if he's unable to beat Daeyoung Choi, you know, that word just all goes poof.
We're going to get on to game 2 for the singles for Daeyoung Choi and Jin-Yu Park to see who the current best assassin is in Blade and Soul Korea. So let's get the match underway. Now, Andy, I'm asking you this question now. Do you think it would have been right to say that before 2017 that Jin-Yu Park was the best assassin in all of Korea?
Yeah, I can't put up any other assassin that could have, you know, went on par with Jin-Yu Park until 2017, where Daeyoung Choi just came out and just sweeped everything. And, you know, now I have to say Daeyoung Choi is currently the best assassin in Korea.
That's been the popular saying from many players here, and get the stealth away with the Lotus of Escape now being used by Daeyoung Choi. This gives one more advantage over to Jin-Yu Park now to make sure he goes on the aggression end. We're gonna see the stun up, and that's gonna be him going up in the air, and Jin-Yu Park.
He has 5 seconds to make his move. He might just be able to finish it in 2, 1.
Has that stealth, but that's not gonna give him the split second, and quick finish now from Jin-Yu Park, showing that he's still got his touch. And Daeyoung Choi, I think he's gonna be really a bit disappointed by that.
I wish
getting stunned up.
I wish they could see my face. Like, that was disgusting. Like, Jin-Yu Park, he wants that title. He wants to put down Daeyoung Choi. He's like, I am back, bro. Just go back to where you came from. I am the assassin master. Is what he just said. 100-0. Taking out both. Sorry to cut you off. Taking out both his escapes while we were, you know, talking about who was the best assassin, and just finishing it off.
Nothing to do there. You know, he had 4 more seconds there to finish him off, and he did not waste a single second on that last minute that he could have used the stealth. Gave him no time to escape on that one. And the God of Assassins, Jin-Yu Park, is going to be written on that fan sign, kind of showing to us that the fans are still here to watch, and fans are still here to believe that Jin-Yu Park is still one of the best assassins out there.
Yeah, and it seems like his teammates, you know, they don't even seem surprised. They're like, all right, yeah, that's what we expected from Jin-Yu Park. And, you know, we'll be moving on to that roulette round where we'll either get, you know, tag or singles. And if they do get singles, I'm curious who will be coming out for Hahaho, because Jin-Yu Park already came out once. So he cannot come out in the round 3 of singles if it does get chosen to be singles.
So it will be someone other than Jin-Yu Park if we do see this become another single matchup, which probably would be expected here, but we're going to go right to the tag here. Nope, I think it's going to be single. So we're going to see this being played here, and what we're going to see come up for this next set 3, which will be now the singles after that roulette did stop on that location. So are we going to just see someone other than Daeyoung Choi, other than Jin-Yu Park? We're going to have to see a new player come to the stage and see what they can do against each other.
Yeah, we'll see who be coming out for Hahaho For IDEPS, on the other hand, we have all three players kind of ready for a singles match. They've all been formidable in singles. Hyungju Kim probably won't be coming out with the Distorted, probably pick out his Assassin for singles if he had to go out. But his hands being on his lap, it seems like Shingyun Kim might be the next batter up.
We always like to see Shingyun Kim come to the occasion in terms of pressuring situations, and after losing that game 2 where Jinyu Park took the lead over Daeyeon Choi, Shingyun Kim wants to make a redemption story now and to get his team back the lead. We're going to see IDEPS go up against Ha-Ho. We're going to see who the next player will be, though.
Alright, so we do have Shingyun Kim coming out expectedly from IDEPS, but Ha-Ho, we have Jae Kim, so we have a Warlock mirror match.
You know how that goes. We definitely know that it can be really, really boring, but it can be really fun at the same time. The two Warlocks literally become the assassin and try to put the damage onto each other, because the Hoba that can come through from each moment can do a lot of damage if done right. And I think Jae Kim is going to be not being relying on Jinyu Park at this moment, just going to be trying to be all in himself to see what he can do.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Shingyun Kim will be able to prove that his Warlock is actually pretty good as it was before, but it seems like we're ready to get into our round 3. Let's get it on.
And here we are for game 3. Did turn out to be a single once again. After game 2 did go over to the side of IDEPS. Now Ha-Ho is back in the game. Trying to pull this even advantage that we have now and trying to pull that momentum. Make sure they get additional wins out of this, but it will be Shingyun Kim versus Jae Kim on the Warlock mirror match.
Yeah, we do have both of them trading their escapes, but Shingyun Kim making that offensive move right there. Get some damage in to Jae Kim.
See this move forward here, and Jae Kim already taking so much damage. The Familiar almost out of HP as well. Has to be a little bit careful here as Shingyun Kim tries to just make sure he pushes that advantage forward.
Yeah, Shingyun Kim is just playing it aggressive. And just remember, for those of you who, into the area, Shingyun Kim is the player that got the Warlock nerfed when it first came out. So we'll see if Shingyun Kim still got it, and it just seems as if, he still got it.
Shingyun Kim is full health, by the way. Jae Kim is just trying to tickle him at least a little bit before he dies out, but it seems like so much advantage now going over to Jae Kim, is trying to just have a hard time. Shingyun Kim, I think he's just ready to finish him off now and just get a few more hits, and that will be a very, very easy game win right there in round 3. Going over to IDEPS gives him a 2-1 advantage in. We're going to go to this next tag to see if this will be the last match of the series for IDEPS to finish it off.
Yeah, and usually a Warlock mirror match, when both of the players are pretty evenly skilled, it's like you said before, it's pretty dull, and it takes a long time for the match to end. But in this instance, we definitely saw that Shingyun Kim knew what he was doing, because he knew the Warlock inside out. He, like I mentioned before, he got the Warlock nerfed. He won the World Championships with the Warlock a couple of years ago, so he definitely knew how to take advantage of the class that he was playing. And that just showed in this round 3.
Just show of class right there, and really show who the better Warlock is on the day. Yep. Gonna get on to game 4 here, because this could be the last match. If we do see IDEPS winning out once again, will be another tag to decide who the best team will be on this occasion. And feels like Ha-Ho, their reliance upon Jinyu Park has been pretty heavy up to this point, and feels like if they can't win out this one, I feel like that set 5 will also prove to be a difficulty for this side to beat out the other side of IDEPS.
Yeah, even Jinyu Park coming out in set 2 to get a victory for their team in singles is not going to be good enough in set 4, because it is a tag match that they have already lost in set 1. We'll see if they kind of switched up, or if they came out with a new plan to better support Jinyu Park to kind of carry the both of them into victory.
We're gonna see how that goes, because tag match, say, could be the last one. See IDEPS, Shingyun Kim, Hyungju Kim, and Daeyeon Choi. We see them be dominative once again. See them rise up to the occasion. They will go up against GC Busan Blue if that's the case, and if they can play a lot better than what they did last week to see if they can get a victory over them. But for the time being, they have to focus on Ha-Ho and try to win this tag match to finish out the series here.
Yeah, well, let's just hope that Haho does not get provoked into that defensive interfere where Hyungju Kim comes into a wall bang like they did in the round 1, or set 1 rather, and get double wall bang to lose half of your health just because you came in at the wrong time.
Yeah, and a lot of mistakes can happen when you're playing it wrong, and team communication, as we always kind of emphasize, probably the most important part of playing a tag match. It's going to be really dependent on the 3 players trying to see if they can get the communication going. But speaking of communication, I think we're having an issue with the headset from Shingun Kim, so trying to get that settled before we get in, because the audio is very, very crucial in terms of trying to play at the top level of blade&soul. Oh my goodness, I think he's having a hard time with making a lot of noise.
Yeah, too much fire from that last round, from that Warlock mirror match that the headset cannot handle it, and it's just screaming into Shingun Kim's ears. But let's hope that, you know, the headset calms down and the problem is fixed.
Kim has his headset back on, and it seems like he's doing all right. He's not cringing like the last time when he heard that awful noise from the headset.
Yep, Junior Park keeping his comms. Let's see if they will be able to take this round 4, because if Haho loses this, they are done for. And, you know, this is the loser's match, so they're really done for.
This means they're going to be eliminated if they lose out this one. But the headset issue now is resolved, and I think we're going to be ready to get into this game 4 here. Of course, a very, very expected choice of classes once again. Probably the Warlock, Destroyer, and Assassin for IDEPS. Very much the Assassin, Warlock, Blade Dancer from Jungwoo at the end for Haho once again.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because, you know, in round 1, Hyungju Kim's wallbang was just, it started off the fight with IDEPS on the upper hand because of that double wallbang. And let's just hope that that doesn't happen. And like I said before in the first match, IDEPS did not just, you know, dominate Haho. It was pretty evenly matched up until the end, where Jungwoo was knocked out, and then the enormous damage coming in at the last 3 seconds. So, you know, throughout the whole match, throughout the 9 minutes out of the 10, it was pretty evenly matched up.
Could see if that would happen again, and we're going to get into game 4 to see how evenly matched this will be. Or Haho, can they pick up a game back to get us into game 5? We're going to find out in this next match coming up. Could be the last game for IDEPS. They do win out this one. Haho, last straw here, before they would be eventually eliminated if something goes wrong. Virginia Park already using the stealth to get out of that one.
Yeah, Daeyoung doing some damage with that bombard in the air, taking out that stealth as well.
Also had the defensive interfere already from Jungwoo there. It's gonna find the defensive efforts to save Junior Park more than doing the damage on the other end.
See if that defensive interfere helped out at all. We do have the time distortion coming in. So 2 interferes being used by Haho so early in the game.
Definitely, and IDEPS still has all the damage up, and Junior Park. Good thing that he tagged out early
and
there.
Jungwoo!
That's tagged out already. I don't think he's going to be staying around for much longer after taking so much damage. Jae-Kim might just have to come in as a 3rd member.
Yeah, he might just have to come in. We'll see. He still has his escape, so he might want to just kind of trade off the escape before he leaves. There we go. He used his escape, and there we go with the tag out.
Yeah, it's going to be the 2nd tag used already, and Jae-Kim is now back out. You see the low health bars from the other 2 members of Haho at the moment, is that they have been utterly dominated for the first few minutes or so.
Yeah, mistakes have been made,
Once
and
again.
Jae-Kim is out of his
Oh
game.
my
He's
goodness.
gonna get 100 to 0. And Jungwoo is out and still on cooldown his escape. 10 seconds and he is done. And
okay, Jae-Kim is going to be out. We're going to see a lot of damage coming through, and Jungwoo is already out. Jae-Kim is literally on 20% health. Can he survive for much longer? Shingun Kim trying to come out, but Hyungju Kim is going to be back out on the field, on the Destroyer. Trying to typhoon his way through, trying to get all the damage on, and Jae-Kim, how longer can he survive? Because even if he goes down, Junior Park will be literally on no health to work with.
yeah, and you know, I gotta say that Destroyer execute damage is just amazing with that interfere. But here we go. We'll see if Jae-Kim can kind of stay alive for a little bit longer.
You see all the tag points being used by IDEPS to make sure they have the most damage as soon as a new member does come in. But JU Kim is now buying time, that 1 minute, to make sure he's holds on to the best he can. But it seems like they're so behind at this moment, and 7 minutes, can they really hold on to that?
We'll have to see. And in the meantime, Junior Park actually came in with that small interfere, did nothing, but still used one of his points before he died out. Or he almost died out. So we'll see if, like you said, JU Kim will be able to stay out as long as possible.
Okay, the Sun coming out with the Warlock trying to provide the damage, and that will be JU Kim going out with Junior Park coming in as the last member with so little health. How can he survive this one? We've seen him do 1v3, but this doesn't look like the scenario to do it, ending.
Yeah, this is definitely not the scenario. When he did that 1v3, there was no interferes left for the opponents. So he just had to do 1v1s 3 times. But this time around, we do have the tags and the interfere points still up.
Okay, we're going to see him stunned once again. That's going to force him to use the last escape to get out. And Junior Park get caught one more time, and that's going to be him going down. Are we going to see the last damage coming from Shinga Kim on that interfere coming in? But Hyung Kim, I think he's just trying to finish him solo here. But Daeun Choi trying to help out to get that one more poke. That will do enough damage in the end. Junior Park just buying more time here.
We'll go with the knockdown. Resistance used.
Junior Park just make sure he has to get away from the wall there, but it's gonna get stunned up once again. He has no escape to work with, and Hyung Kim with a solo effort is gonna finish him off, and IDEPS is gonna get the very, very clean round 4 win. That's gonna get themselves into the next round to see if they can beat out GC Busan once again.
Yep, and you know, unfortunately for Hao, for Season 1, they are eliminated, and like you said, Joel, IDEPS will have to go up against GC Busan Blue, who, you know, is a team that actually beat them previously 3-1. So we'll see if IDEPS have changed up their strategy up against GC Busan Blue, because against Hao, it did not seem as if they struggled that much.
It seemed like round 4 was a lot different from round 1 showing in. Really, I mean, you gotta just mention the fact that everything was really against their ways in round 1. Everything was just really nothing for them to do when you have so little health. Literally, Junior Park had to tag out on an emergency note. And the second player that came in with Jung Ho-seo, he was literally torn into pieces, and he had nothing to do for the 5 seconds that he came on.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. Like the first minute or two, we had 2 of the players at critical health, and we had only JU Kim, the Warlock, with full health coming in, and that didn't take long for him to die out as well. So yeah, definitely IDEPS, you know, compared to Hao, was the team with the skills.
So IDEPS losing out in the first week does come back a lot stronger to beat out Hao, and they're going to be up to the next round to get a rematch against GC Busan Blue in the second place decider for Group A. And for the time being, that will be them waiting for that lineup over there. But sadly for Hao, that will be their elimination. Junior Park will be once again out of the tournament. Next time we'll see him probably will be the next season of Season 2.
Yeah, let's hope that, you know, Hao, if they do decide to come back on Season 2, they'll better prepare themselves for all of these teams to go up against, rather than, you know, solely relying on Junior Park's skills. But like you said, IDEPS versus GC Busan Blue after break.
We're gonna get into the short break. We'll be right back with the next match.
반대로 이때 뚫리면 김현우가 단숨에 킬 잡아낼 수 있고 링검사 활용하기잖아요. 링검사 활용. 이거 바로 끝낼 수 있죠. 탁탁탁탁탁. 거의 끝났어요. 올리면서 마무리. 우와. 없는 거 알고 들어갑니다. 그리고 말벌 쏟아붓고요. 아니 이상은 굉장히 날카롭네요. 빠른 전개가 지금 해외 스타일이에요 이거. 공중 뜯고요. 또 뜨면 말벌 날아다니죠. 말벌. 뜨면 우르르. 아니 경기 죄송합니다. 이상호 선수.
그렇죠.
있었어요. 고막이 너무 아깝고 경기가 전혀 예상이 안 돼요. 여기서 인터뷰에서 물론 저희 팀 경기가 예상이 안 되실 겁니다라는 얘기를 했지만 그래도 끌려왔어요.
이제 공이 풀렸나요?
이현경 꽂혔어요. 오른쪽 로그에. 자, 회전배기로 정확히 치고 쫓아갑니다. 튕기기. 왜 이렇게 튕기기 많이 나오죠, 이번 경기? 와, 이재준 키절.
이재준이 맞나요? 마무리.
자, 일단 밀어내면서 자, 타기 다 들어갔죠. 시리얼 리뷰에도 아시니까 컷이 넘어갑니다, 이거. 암살자 탈출국도 금방 돌아오기 때문에 무리하지 않고 둔주에 사용합니다. 네. 재방전도 지금은 죽는 타이밍은 아니라 좀 더 공격적으로 하고 싶은데 그렇긴 한데 탈출기를 좀 뻔한 타이밍에 급히 쓸 수밖에 없다라는 게 결국은 약점이에요. 마음 급하죠. 한 번만 도끼질 써라. 마지막 일부러 빼고 이제 탈출기 고려해야죠. 이제 쓰죠. 이제 걸리면 박진유도 한 방입니다. 오히려 암살자가 지금 탈출기가 없고 역사가 하나 남아있기 때문에 지금 시간을 벌지 않아요? 사실은 둔주가 한 10여 초 정도 남아서 저도 개인적으로는 근데 구석으로 둔주가 났어요.
시작했습니다.
정민정 선수가 항상 하는 말, 나는 소환사를 버린 것이 아니다라는 얘기 하거든요. 근데 진경을 상대로는 입증이 가능하죠. 이제 얼마나 잘하는지. 생각보다는 덜 아팠어요. 이 정도면 소환수로 계속 해방을 놓고 있기 때문에 좀 덜 맞았고요. 근데 저는 이거 정윤재 기회 잡았다고 보거든요. 지금 일단 하나 더 뽑아놨네요. 시간 왜곡 사용한 것 치고는 김진경 선수가 데미지를 크게 못 줬다라는 거는 정민재 선수도 이제 치고 나올 만한 타이밍이 될 것 같습니다. 왜냐면 치환이 쿨이 돌고 있는 상황이잖아요. 거기다가 방금 전에 말씀해 주신 대로 왜곡을 통해서 탈출까지는 돌려놨는데 그렇다는 얘기는 한 번만 상태 이상이 걸린다? 그 다음 누르기로 충분히 데미지를 뽑아낼 수 있다는 이야기예요. 괴롭혀주고 안써 뒤고 추가 캐치 탈출 안 썼었죠? 그 다음에 아껴 놨었던 누르기가 들어가면
만영이 계속 볼 수 있거든요.
이거 이거예요. 상대팀에 누가 나와도 초반부터 때리겠다라고 생각했는데 실패했다? 뒤로 힘이 빠지죠.
오버페이스 나올 겁니다. 오버페이스.
그대로 오버페이스였습니다.
그리고
데미지 누적까지도. 네. 그래서 김신겸 선수를 강하게 압박해서 3분이 되기 전에 한 명은 끊어내자.
네.
이렇게
쫓아가네. 한점 벌려놓고.
그게 지금이거든요.
벌려놓고.
그게 지금이거든요.
네.
잡아냈어요. 결국 잡아냈고.
네.
그렇죠. 변수는 최대한 여지를 주지 않는 게 좋습니다.
네. 소위 양강 맞고 죽었어요 지금 김신겸이.
양강.
이번에 보여주더니.
아무도 없어요.
네.
상대방 붉은.
갈리네요. 우리. 네.
쌍용파의 장렬. 데미지 센 거.
We're back to the action, guys. Welcome back. We're going to be returning to the action where IDEPS don't have much time to rest, as we're going to just get them right into the second place decider. See if they can beat out GC Busan Blue once again.
Yeah, and IDEPS not getting their rest might be a little better for them rather to, let their adrenaline cool down after that win. So we'll see if this IDEPS, with the adrenaline pumping through them right now, let's hope that there won't be too much delays and just get into this game straight away and give them a chance to beat GC Busan Blue.
Right now, the only thing we remember is that Day and Choi lost to Junior Park, but other than that, it's been pretty good in terms of their attack matches. And even the single, Shingen coming on the action, dominating with the Warlock in that mirror match.
Yep.
Doing very well, so we'll see if they can continue on that success against GC Busan Blue now. They're going to be facing up really, really soon.
Yeah, let's hope, like I said, GC Busan Blue previously beat IDEPS 3-1 and in tags and singles. So basically, they've only won singles where Jung Yoon came out on GC Busan Blue side and Hyungkyu Kim with the gunner, or the gunslinger rather, and that was only one win that IDEPS had. We'll see if they'll be able to get more than one win this time around.
See a huge change of roster for GC Busan Blue, the 2017 World Champion. And that's going to be the biggest record in addition to the Korea Finals victory, along with the second place in terms of that, and also Season 1, Season 2 victories as well. So everything literally can't be really higher than what that GC Busan Blue has accomplished last year, but they have gone through a roster change now, and they're going to be with Jung Yoon and Hyuk-yeon. The Yoon Jae-jung, the only player staying through, is going to be joined in by the other two to see what they can do.
Yeah, we'll see with Hyuk-yeon on the gunslinger. Previously, he was originally the Force Master, but as we know, Jung Yoon is the only Force Master in Korea to be reckoned with, and nobody is going to challenge him. So Hyuk-yeon basically just swaps over to the gunslinger, and they create a team together, or rather join GC Busan Blue, where Yoon Jae-jung is the only one from the previous GC Busan Blue.
And we're going to see the composition for both teams. Once again, a Warlock Destroyer Assassin for IDEPS, and GC Busan Blue coming out with the Warlock Force Master and a Gunslinger. So we're trying to see how much the Gunslinger can put out the damage with the help coming from Yoon Jae-jung, and also the Force Master from, of course, talking about Jung Yoon, and see what he can do, especially when you provide that opening, that CC. The Gunslinger can do so much damage, and that will wipe out an opponent into pieces.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, from seeing last week's matchups with two Gunslinger mirror matches, this time around we won't have that with IDEPS versus GC Busan Blue, and I'm very happy for that because, Gunslinger mirror matches are pretty similar to Warlock mirror matches where, Warlock mirror matches we just see them put up papers in their faces, but Gunslinger mirror matches we just see them whip line across and just do nothing but just move around and show off their mobilities. So, I'm very happy that IDEPS is not coming out with the Gunslinger in tag matches.
We're glad to see that the Gunslinger is so good at buying time, and when you utilize that on one way, it works well. But when it goes on both ways, it just ends up two Gunslingers just buying time for each other, and ends up really doing no damage to each other. We talked about Gunslinger being open to do damage once the CC is provided, and really the Gunslinger has a hard time making that happen for themselves and needs an assist from their teammates to get that. So GC Busan Blue once again probably going to be relying on Hyuki-on to do most of the damage, and for the other two of Yoon Jae-jung and Jung Woo-yoon to provide the assist, to provide the CC, so that availability for that damage is going to be possible for Hyuki-on.
Yeah, we'll see if Hyuki-on will be able to pull that off once again, because they did do pretty well against IDEPS last week. As long as they kind of carry on and not change too much of what they did last week, they might be able to just cleanly defeat IDEPS once again. However, for IDEPS, they definitely have to change up some strats.
We'll see if IDEPS did get stronger over the week as we get into game one for the first tag between GC Busan Blue and also IDEPS to see who's going to make it to the next round of semifinals. So let's get the match underway. We go for the first game here. Daeyoung Choi coming out on the assassin for IDEPS, and Hyuki-on very casually the starter with the Gunslinger for GC Busan Blue.
Right. We'll see if this really depends on how IDEPS has decided to go on about going up against GC Busan Blue, because they definitely knew Hyuki-on was going to come out with the Gunslinger. We'll see if they have an answer to go against this Gunslinger right here.
See Hyuki-on starting us off, forcing out the escape. Stealth now going for Daeyoung Choi and see what he can do. So all these escapes in the world available, so continue to put out damage, but we do have to mention this is going to be the Shadow Gunslinger. Very different from the Fire Gunslinger we saw from Byung-in Jun, the rookie that has done so well with this class.
Yeah, Byung-in Jun, he was one of the original players that came out with the Gunslinger in the Clan Wars, but Hyuki-on, on the other hand, was also one of those players that practiced the Gunslinger while that Clan War was going on. So, he is pretty formidable with the Gunslinger as well, but he decides to not bring out the flame, but bring out the shadow.
There you go, see that forcing out the defensive interfere from his teammate Hyung Kim. Otherwise, Hyuki-on's going to be very happy with the situation that he has gotten so much utility out of his teammates so far, but a lot of damage already coming in. And Daeyoung Choi just getting pieced out one by one, and Hyung Kim now has to come in for the emergency interfere to make sure the stealth comes back for Daeyoung Choi.
The Heather Blade was thrown, but resisted by Hyuki-on. 10 more seconds until both of them are forced tagged out. Let's see if they're going to close this gap up, or they're just going to peacefully tag out.
Keeping the distance here for now, and I don't think we're going to see much of a closing here, but very much a win for that first round. Hyuki-on doing very well with that Gunslinger against Daeyoung Choi.
We definitely did that. Did hear that ding coming in from the reflect from Hyung Kim's destroyer.
See Jung Woo-yoon trying to make sure he survives for the time being. Just going to freeze himself. Doesn't have any escapes available. He's going to get the backstep pretty soon, but otherwise he does have the temp escape still on the cooldown, and Warlock now coming in. Yoon Jae-jung trying to give the escapes right back to him, so that Jung Woo-yoon stays a lot safer for the next few seconds here.
Yep, and you don't want to be a destroyer going up against Jung Woo-yoon's Force Master, and Hyung Kim, I don't know, he's recently changed to the destroyer, and maybe he doesn't know the pain to go up against Jung Woo-yoon's Force Master, but now finally tagging out proves that, Hyung Kim's not going to take any of that.
We're going to see the interfere coming in, but a reactionary 2v2 now, and see the Fire Gunslinger trying to stop the damage with that interfere. It's a little bit of it. See now the first tag point now being used by Hyung Kim. It's going to allow Hyung Kim to come out here with that Warlock, as you said, and see what he can do against Jung Woo-yoon here.
Yeah, Hyung Kim and Jung Woo-yoon had previously, in 2 years ago, been on the same team, so they kind of know how both of them play. So we'll see which one could play around each other, but Jung Woo-yoon decides to tag out.
So it's going to be Yoon Jae-jung coming back in. It's going to be a Warlock mirror match here, and that leads to. See the reaction 2v2 now, trying to get some damage on, but the familiar goes down right away. Yujijung still taking a bit of damage, but that will conclude for now as we see. Interruption there. Stun coming up once again. That will be just escaped once again for Yujijung. He's going to be feeling fine, but that's going to be him tagging out. The lack of utilities available for him.
Alright, we do have Hyukyeon's Gunslinger out again. Seems like overall IDEPS is low on health compared to GC Busan Blue.
Dion still trying to put up damage. He's going to be slinging himself into the air, trying to damage out Kim from afar. Just maintain his distance, but Kim, I was going to defend against this predicament here, taking so much damage once again. And Hyukyeon, even that Shadow Gunslinger showing it, still has a lot of damage.
Yep, 2 seconds until that Shingon Kim force tag happens, and no chase will happen on Hyukyeon's side. Daeyoung Choi comes in comfortably.
Dan Choi is out though. He's going to be on 50% health. Let's be careful that the damage doesn't come out once again from Hyukyeon. See what he can do. Dan Choi just using the invis. Get out of there, but otherwise.
That took out Daeyoung Choi out of stealth. It would have been good, but Hyukyeon, unfortunately, did not.
See Hyukyeon trying to work with it here and just trying to sling up into the air. Find this Oracle and trying to just get out for the time being. Yujijung comes back out onto the field. Let's see if this Warlock can have more success against this assassin from Daeyoung Choi.
Yep, Yujijung comes out. Let's see if he's able to do some damage. Daeyoung Choi into the aerial.
Doesn't have any escapes for now. The gear's not even coming in. Hyunga Kim can be the one to really provide all the support, but Daeyoung Choi still takes a lot of damage from that. It's going to force him to use another tag. Here, Shingon Kim back out. Warlock mirror match.
Yeah, Shingon Kim has 2 interferes and 2 tag points, so he's coming out makes sense, but him being on the bench to provide support also makes sense at the same time. It seems like Shingon Kim is kind of angry at GC Busan Blue, and he wants to come out on the field and make some damage happen.
Hyukyeon just trying to damage to Familiar, just standing still right there. And Jung Yoon frees up his teammate. All he can. Hyukyeon in a dangerous situation. Shingon Kim doing so much damage, and almost could have been crucial now for Hyukyeon, but still gonna be able to survive this one. Trying to do some damage from the distance. Hyun Kim having a hard time with this gunslinger already.
Yeah, Hyukyeon keeping his distance, playing it very well. Early on, Jung Yoon was the player that actually outplayed IDES, but this time around, Hyukyeon is kind of toying with Hyungyu Kim, and I know Hyungyu Kim feels very frustrated right now.
Yeah, Hyukyeon just gliding back and forth from distance, just maintaining that space between him and his opponent, and doing very well for this entire round 1 so far, and still just moving around. Hyukyeon giving his opponent nothing to do, and be able to allow him to just tag out there. Daeyoung Choi coming in for the assassin.
1 escape, 2 interferes for Shingon Kim still. So it's not looking too bad for IDEPS yet. We'll see if Daeyoung Choi could kind of create an opportunity to force Hyukyeon to either tag out or create an opportunity for Shingon Kim for that offensive interfere.
Saw him go for the strike there, and Daeyoung Choi almost got it, but it's not going to be at the crucial point here. Hyukyeon only has 10 more seconds that he has stalled out. He will be very successfully using his timeout very efficiently. Allow Jung Yoon to come back in.
Okay. The ult and the Ice Burst, and to freeze Daeyoung Choi right off the bat, forces that stealth.
Okay, so it's going to be him escaping for now. And the time distortion coming from Shingon Kim to Daeyoung Choi to make sure he gets all the cooldown back on track, especially the escapes. Time distortion, same thing happening from Yujijung. Make sure Jung Yoon gets all his escapes now. See the reaction 2v2 now, see what happens, and still very much in full health. We see the frozen statue being attacked so hard by Hyungyu Kim on that interfere.
Yeah, Daeyoung Choi and all of IDEPS definitely have to do that damage out, but there's only 2 minutes left, and they are definitely behind in damage. So if it goes down to the TKO, it's not gonna work. But anyways, if it goes down to the TKO, GC Busan Blue definitely has the upper hand currently.
Okay, Hyukyeon putting him in on the area. That's gonna be a lot of damage already coming in. Shingon Kim having a hard time just living out through this one, and we're gonna see more damage come through because Hyukyeon, I think he's not done quite yet. Just trying to put out more damage onto the Warlock here.
Alright, getting that extra damage on before this goes down to the TKO. 1 minute and 30 seconds, and Shingyun Kim is very low now.
It's going to be up in
into
the air, and that's going to be the more damage coming in. Will he be able to finish him off? Shingyun Kim does have a tag to use, and will he use it though? That's going to be the big question, and he will finally get out there. Make sure he stays alive for the next time being. It's going to be the last tag point though, used by the entire side of IDIS. So when GC Busan Blue just lacking their own tag points as well, so it's about the players have to survive for the couple of minutes. Make sure they get to their next opponent just fairly here.
We'll see if Hyukyan will be able to kind of get rid of Hyungyu Kim. The interfere does come in for the time distortion. Everybody gets an interfere point back at the 1 minute mark.
And the time distortion coming the other way for Yoon Jae-jung as well. Hyukyan has everything back on track.
If this continues, IDEPS is definitely going to be on the downside of that damage bar, and more damage taken by Hyukyan. Hyungyu Kim.
He's out, and just one more basic left click on the mouse would do it. Hyungyu Kim.
There we go.
That will be him going out. He couldn't stand down for that additional minute. Hyukyan right now, is he just trying to finish up all the opponents here from IDEPS? That 1v3 scenario can be a possibility.
We'll have to see about that. But in the meantime, Yoon Jae-jung is next up in line. We'll see if he'll be able to do some damage output on Daeon Choi. Here we go.
Okay, the chase does happen. It's not going to lead to really anything here. Yoon Jae-jung still doing a good job of forcing out the stealth from Daeon Choi. That's going to be in a worse situation.
Takes him out of stealth.
That's going to be him going down. We're going to see if Shingyun Kim can survive for the next 2 seconds. But I think eventually we get a clear answer as to who put out the more damage. In the end, GC Busan Blue, it seems like they're on the miles ahead in terms of the advantage they got.
Yep, and it just, it's going to be an obvious win for GC Busan Blue. That was very cleanly played on GC Busan Blue side. And this kind of is going to continue on like last week, where IDEP starts off with a loss in tag, and in the second round they do, they lost in singles last week. We'll see if they might just be able to turn it around in at least the singles matchup.
And you know what it is, ending though? Right now, GC Busan Blue last week, they finished them off in 3-1.
Yeah. I
wonder if we're going to get a 3-0 here for GC Busan Blue, looking much, much stronger as we've talked about, IDEPS trying to do something for multiple instances, but mostly up to Hyukyan, who was the MVP out of this entire game. Just putting out constant damage, really not allowing any of the 3 classes, talking about Destroyer, Assassin, and Warlock, nothing for them to do. Against a gunslinger who has done so well for Hyukyan.
Yeah, especially when Hyungyu Kim, the Destroyer, was out against Hyukyan. I just felt really, really bad for Hyungyu Kim, because I felt the frustration that he was, feeling when he was out of the field, just doing typhoons, just backstepping, just trying to escape out of Hyukyan's range. But Hyukyan just kind of whiplining right next to him to do more poke damage. And, Hyungyu Kim eventually tags out. And, it just feels as if Hyungyu Kim was just there to be the sandbag for Hyukyan.
Hyukyan, so well done throughout this entire game here. That one auto attack could have gotten the trick there, and really nicely done. As the second man was knocked away, we kind of knew from that on that this damage chart will definitely not look the same, as we saw literally 100,000 damage difference in terms of the 2 teams. That's a lot of damage, and let's see how that works, because seeing the fans of the Gunslinger really appreciating the plays that came in from Hyukyan. I wonder if he can continue here with the second set now going to be underway.
Yeah, we'll have to see who will be coming out for our second singles matchup, but it's going to be very interesting, because this time around, if IDEPS wants to kind of cut off the momentum of GC Busan Blue, they have to win the singles, even though that's not going to give them the win of this series. They still have to cut off the momentum, because if they lose this second singles, this is just a deja vu from last week.
I think you make a good point, ending talking about set 2. If it doesn't go the way of IDEPS, I feel like GC Busan Blue will be just ready to finish them off in whatever the roulette gives them for game 3. But Daeon Choi on the assassin, but against the assassin killer of the Force Master of Jung Ho-yoon. We know how good he is against assassins.
Yeah, and last week, it just seems as if IDEPS did change it up, as well as GC Busan Blue, because last week's singles, we saw Yoon Jae-jung, the summoner, come out against Shingyun Kim's Warlock, and he was actually able to beat him. And this time around, both of the teams decided to change up their lineups for their second match singles.
Here we are to see if Daeon Choi can continue on his success, because he did lose out against Jinyu Park. The only game they did lose out from that last match of Haho. He did lose out, but see if he can win out this one against Jung Woo-yoon, the assassin killer himself, and see what he can do. Game 2 will be right on the way to see if GC Busan can get a bigger advantage or if IDEPS can pull it right back to even. Let's get the match underway. Here we go for game 2. After what was a really dominant performance by GC Busan Blue in that game 1, especially from Hyuk-yeon, the gunslinger. Not even needed here for this game 2 here as we can start it off with Jung Woo-yoon, see if he can do well against the assassin Dan Choi.
See, as we know it, Jung Woo-yoon usually is the assassin killer, but he is getting killed by Dae Choi's assassin right now.
Just backsteps out of there, but otherwise he doesn't have another escape. So if Jung Woo-yoon gets one CC once again stunned up, then Dae Choi probably gonna get its victory here. But an interesting point though.
Ooh, that iceberg guy gets cancelled.
Stun does come up. He does have 8 more seconds to really make something work here, but Jung Woo-yoon still escapes out of there.
Phantom Griff's stealth is used. Finally, one escape out of Dae Choi, where Jung Woo-yoon gets both his escapes back now.
Freezes himself, but it's not going to get the HP right back.
Right away.
Very patient in the way he works out, but you talk about that stealth now being used once again for Jung Woo-yoon. Once again, they're going to be escapeless for the next 30 seconds.
Alright, Lotus of Escape is planted. Dae Choi is kind of on the comfortable side, as you can see with the health bar and that Lotus planted. We got one CC, and this is done for Jung Woo-yoon.
At the end, and that's going to be the last bit of damage coming from Dae Choi, who did lose out to his assassin counterpart with Junior Part, but is not going to lose again. As we see him pick up the very nice win against Jung Woo-yoon. Very nicely done for Dae Choi. Now it's going to be back to even as we get on to game 3 here.
Yeah, very well played. We didn't know Jung Woo-yoon as the assassin killer, but it seems like Dae Choi has had enough of losing to Jung Woo-yoon's Force Master and kind of practice to go up against this. And you know, I gotta give it to Dae Choi for playing it so aggressive and constantly just right after another, the escape comes back for Jung Woo-yoon, and Dae Choi just goes aggressive. He just lands one CC to take that out and just slowly just shivers down Jung Woo-yoon's health.
And literally, you have one objective as an assassin in 1v1 is to get as many stuns as you can. And the more you get, the escapes will be less and less for your opponent. That will allow you to get that 100-0 finish. And Dae Choi, although it wasn't 100-0, he still did very well onto multiple attempts to get that crucial stuns at the crucial moments, and that will give him the victory. So, game 3 here, about to get underway, but we're going to find out if it's going to be a single or a tag based on this roulette here.
Yeah, and you know, we'll see what the roulette shows us, but finally IDEPS cut off that momentum of, you know, giving away first and the second round to GC Busan Blue. And once again, it seems as if we'll have singles.
Fans are definitely appreciating the singles they land on, and it's going to be about 1v1. Who's a better player on the day, and it will not be Jung Woo-yoon starting off once again. Dae Choi will also not be being able to play in this game 3. Means that the other 2 players from each team are going to have to make their decision in terms of who they want to play out. Saw Shinga Kim in this scenario last time around against Ha Ho Ho. Will he make an appearance again? And more importantly for GC Busan Blue, who are they going to play for this game 3?
You know, I have a bad feeling, or rather not just bad, I have a feeling that it's going to be Hyuk-yeon's gunslinger with Hyung-yu Kim's gunslinger.
Oh, okay.
You know, because Hyung-yu Kim did bring out that gunslinger last week in singles, and Hyuk-yeon usually plays the gunslinger and gave up that Force Master. We'll have to see what they bring out.
But I imagine it could be Shinga Kim though. I think he likes to play under pressure. But the Soul Fighter, we haven't seen that in a long time. Maybe the first time in all of 2018. And I see that being played against Yoon Jae-jung on the Summoner, of course, his main class. Warlock is just literally his utility class that he learned just to help support his teammates. But he started out as a summoner, and he might be one of the best summoners in Korea, but we see that being less viable in the composition meta in terms of playing the tag matches. So in 1v1, he likes to bring this out, Yoon Jae-jung, and he's going to be back out with this summoner, but he's going to be up against a Soul Fighter. Very much a fan favorite. Coming from Shinga Kim, see what he does here.
Yeah, you know, last week, like I said, Yoon Jae-jung with the summoner beat Shinga Kim's Warlock. But this time around, Yoon Jae-jung's summoner is going up against Shinga Kim's Soul Fighter. So we'll see if he's able to beat Shinga Kim once again.
get to the game to see what happens as they're both even one items in GC Busan Blue. Who's going to get the advantage with this 1v1 Soul Fighter Summoner in this next game? Let's get the match underway. Fans are very excited for this one as game number 3 gets underway on the Soul Fighter here.
I'm so happy to see the Soul Fighter, especially from Shingyun Kim, because whenever Shingyun Kim plays the Soul Fighter, it reminds me of Ip Man.
There you go.
We'll have to see if he's able to, give me the excitement that he used to give me a couple of years ago. But this time around, just getting rumble beat down by Yoon Jae-jung's summoner.
Cat helping out so much from that prospect. Now just going back to sleep and waking back up to help out his summoner once again. Yoon Jae-jung still doing a very good job in this early game.
Oh, there we
ready to fight back though.
There we go.
Just trying to see what he can do. Shingyun Kim almost got the counter on, and it's gonna be pretty even now on the health, where Shingyun Kim can heal himself back. Definitely not gonna be looking forward to the TKO. Just wants to finish off his opponent as much as he can.
Oh yeah, they both have heals, but Shingyun Kim, the Soul Fighter, Cheebers definitely heals a lot more. There we go. It's so unfortunate that Shingyun Kim has to deal with 2 of them because... Oh!
Yoon Jae-jung not having a good time here as the cat is going to be there to come for the emergency rescue, but Yoon Jae-jung still having a very hard time here. He's stunned up once again.
Shingyun Kim just decides to just focus on the summoner. Here we go, this is the right move, and there we go, another chi burst from Shingyun Kim. The cat is interfering, the tab escape is out for Shingyun Kim.
Hey, Yoon Jae-jung,
but into the windstorm combo!
One more, but it's going to be going up to the area on Shingyun Kim, bringing out the Soul Fighter, gets another victory. 2 in a row now for IDEPS. See what they can do this next one. Are they really going to beat GC Busan Blue and get to GC Busan Red in the semifinal? This is going to be an interesting matchup for this next one.
Yeah, enough soul fighting in Shingyun Kim to kind of revenge Yoon Jae-jung for beating his Warlock last week, and 2 wins for IDEPS this time around. So this is definitely not a deja vu from last week. 1 more win for IDEPS. This is going to carry them on as a 2nd place in Group A.
So Yoon Jae-jung doing very well in the first minutes of the game, talking about putting a lot of damage onto Shingyun Kim on the Soul Fighter, but remained persistent there, and Shingyun Kim on the Soul Fighter did very well to come right back, and eventually he got to enough damages in the end. Also didn't have his own escapes, and it could have been very dangerous for him, but made sure he had what it took in that last area to finish him off.
Yeah, Shingyun Kim played it perfectly, that double knockback into that immune to focus on just the summoner to do that damage output, just kind of pushed Yoon Jae-jung into the corner and was unable to do anything until the cat got back up and cut off the combo. But that's only gonna do so much.
There you go, set 4. That will probably conclude to us maybe who the better team is. Last week around, it was GC Busan Blue by a mile. It didn't seem like IDEPS put up a chance in terms of their contention against GC Busan Blue, but this week, like that 1 week of preparation, that 1 week of improvement, of course, that made IDEPS look a lot better on this occasion. I think they just might be able to, if they have a really good tag here, to beat out on the side of GC Busan Blue.
Yeah, they haven't been doing so well in tag matches as we remember it last week, and this week, still, IDEPS was unable to beat GC Busan Blue in a single tag match. And this time around, wow!
Oh, okay!
We have Hyungyu Kim on the Gunslinger and Shingyun Kim on the Destroyer!
Shingyun Kim on the Destroyer?
This is definitely not an animation bug. I'm pretty sure this is what they prepared.
Have we ever seen a Destroyer for Shingyun Kim?
No, not ever. We've seen Shingyun Kim on the Blade Dancer, we've seen him on the Assassin, we've seen on the Soul Fighter, the Warlock, never on a Destroyer yet.
Wow.
Wow, this is literally wow.
This is
the wow moment.
This is what we're getting. We've seen it all, Kim, but never have we seen a Destroyer from this guy. And Hyungyu Kim is going to be now relied upon the damage in it and see if they can have his opponents, of course his teammates, see if he can provide the support for doing the damage here. So it's going to be a gunslinger mirror match. That's going to be expected here.
Yep. As
we see the 2 teams with GC Busan Blue and IDEPS getting ready for that game 4 to see if IDES with that 2 consecutive victory can get one more victory to end out the series. We're going to see GC Busan Blue hold it right back and get us game 5. We're going to find out in this next tag match. Let's get the match underway. I'm still looking at that. I mean, Shinga Kim, DES right in front of his name. Really, really awkward to see that. What happened? Because we're going to see Dan Choi and Hyuk-Yeon to start us off. Surprisingly, it's not a mirror match to begin us off.
It seems as if he might be a little bit less confident in a mirror match, so he wants to come out for that damage output when Shinga Kim or Dan Choi creates that opportunity. But as we know, Hyuk-Yeon has definitely been that startup lineup for that gunslinger. Taking a lot of damage.
Damage on both sides off that 2v2 reactionary, and Hyuk-Yeon taking a little bit of damage, but Dan Choi takes a little bit more than his opponent. He's gonna not have the stealth for another 10 seconds, and it's not the lowest of escape, but Hyuk-Yeon trying to take advantage of that, trying to put a lot of poke damage, and even the offensive interfere coming in. Another 2v2 reactionary. Shinga Kim on the destroyer coming in for that defensive effort. Very nicely done.
Yes, that was very nicely done. And it's just, you know, it's just amusing to see him on that destroyer. Hyung Kim has shown himself with the gunslinger before, so it's not a surprise. Dan Choi with that blue buff and out of stealth definitely needs to tag out very soon.
That's going to be him using the last tag point, because we saw Hyung Kim just use that tag point as soon as he came in. Wonder if that was a mistake, because that was really, really quick in the way that he went down, and Dan Choi on very little health. With that blue buff, as you say, you're going to be only relying on your offensive skills to get the damage done, but if you get caught on the other end, we might see Dan Choi going out very early in this game here.
Here we go, the wallbang comes in, Shinga Kim times that perfectly!
Okay, the wallbang.
Oh, Jung Woo-yoon is knocked out!
Jung Woo-yoon on that reactionary 2v2 is going to go down, and Hyuk-Yeon. Wow, that's going to be a way to start us off here. We thought Dan Choi would have been in a dangerous situation, but perfect wallbang coming from the destroyer Shinga Kim. Literally destroys his opponent to pieces right there, and Jung Woo-yoon is out of the game.
Yeah, Shinga Kim definitely 100% waited for that moment, that reactionary 2v2 into that wallbang. Perfect timing, and Jung Woo-yoon is knocked out. This is definitely going for IDEPS right now. Shinga Kim on that destroyer. Whoa, just showing us that he could play almost all the classes.
If not all the classes ending, and then really has impressed us every single time. Let's not nerf the destroyer just by Shinga Kim playing it once again, but Hyuk-Yeon just trying to come back into this game, trying to do some poke damage, but really having a hard time against Hyung Kim.
Both of their names has the initials HGs, but yeah, we do have Hyuk and Hyung Kim. On either side, we have that mirror match coming up, but they don't have a Warlock, so Hyung Kim won't get that escape back.
It'll be really important for Hyuk-Yeon to pull off a little bit of a comeback here for his team. Done so well in round 1, but having a lot tougher time now. Without the support coming in, that now it's going to be just right now, a very emergency tag coming in from Hyuk-Yeon. If he didn't smash that button, he would have died out, and now he's having a hard time. Hyung Kim looking like he wants to finish him off here, but reaction 2v2 really not going to the favor of GC Busan Blue.
Yeah, we do have Shinga Kim coming in again for that interfere. Not doing too much, but you know, right now for items, they're definitely comfortably sitting here right now. Most likely won this match, and this is going to be a 3-1 victory if items does win. But Shinga Kim taking some damage from Yoon Jae-jung.
Yoon Jae-jung doing a good job of fighting back, but's gonna find the damage onto his own end. Hyuk-Yeon's back out into play.
All right, Hyuk-Yeon is back out. He does land some shots onto Shinga Kim, but this might just be GG Busan Blue if they do lose this out, because they are out for season 1 if they lose.
And it would feel bad if it was not GC Busan Blue, but GG Busan Blue. That would be actually really bad. But GC Busan Blue finding it difficult to get the damage on him. Last bit of interfering from Yoon Jae-jung, trying to do all they can. Does get decent damage onto the destroyer Shinga Kim, but need a little more than that as we see Hyung Kim. Hyuk-Yeon looking very, very dangerous here, and see Dan Choi back out on the field, see what he can do against the Warlock of Yoon Jae-jung.
They do get that early knock of Jung Woo-yoon and a lot of damage on Hyuk-Yeon, but they're unable to finish them off yet. The Warlock ult definitely won't connect. Yeah, there we go.
Gonna have the distance. Dan Choi is gonna be fine for now. Jung just trying to make sure he can survive for the longest of time, and the time distortion is gonna help out with that.
I'll be surprised if in some way or form GC Busan Blue ends up, winning this round. But we'll have to see what happens. And there we go with that interfere coming in with Hyukyeon.
Dan Choi going on the stealth once again.
Oh, the lead. Oh, Dale Choi. Oh, okay. The defensive interference finally comes in.
That was very good. The defensive interference was right there. Dan Choi could have been very dangerous for him, but Yoon Jung now has to find it more difficult as he does not have the stun, and the interfere from the gunslinger will not help very much in that matter. And the webbing to finish him off, and Yoon Jung is going to be out of the game, and Hyukyeon, the last man standing. Literally, this is the time he has to do a 1v3 to make it work out.
All right, 1v3. He does have that moment of minute and 40 seconds until everybody gets their interfere back. So he could 1v3 within that 1 minute 40 second mark. We'll see if he'll slowly chip down on IDEP's health.
There's no interfere coming in from either side now because we're going to have to wait for the 3-minute mark for the other members of IDEPS to get the interferes right back on track. But it's going to be a solo effort for now for Dan Choi against Hyukyeon here.
Just sees how fast-paced this game was because there's still a minute left until that 3-minute mark and everybody's out of everything. We'll see if Hyukyeon will be able to pull off that legendary 3v1.
Choi
chase into the aerial.
Now, but
Shinga Kim,
very nice.
He's knocked out.
The 1 man, and we might see the start of this 1v3 here for Hyukyeon. Starting off now, Hyungi Kim finding it very difficult on this mirror match. It's getting exciting ending. See what this turn did, but Hyukyeon couldn't stand for much longer, and the mirror match goes to the side of Hyungi Kim, looking much better on the gunslinger, and it's going to give IDEPS the win over GC Busan Blue.
Yeah, that was a very interesting composition coming in from IDEPS, and a great win for IDEPS. 3 wins in a row, kind of paying back GC Busan Blue for what they've done to them last week. But this time around, this payback was a little harder to take off for GC Busan Blue because they're knocked out.
Talk about their success in 2017. GC Busan Blue, Season 1 champion, Season 2 champion, Korean Finals 2nd place runner-up, and world champion is out and didn't even get to the semifinals of Season 1 of 2018. This is what it means for that roster change that did heavily affect them, and we thought it looked good for the first day out. They couldn't beat GC Busan Red, but they definitely looked like the 2nd best team of last week of Group A, but things can change over a weekend. What you can't do is that IDEPS has improved since that week time off, and they're looking a lot better now, and now it's going to be the better team above GC Busan Blue to get to the semifinals. But GC Busan Blue are going to be eliminated from Season 1 in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and what you can't do is, stop Shinga Kim coming out with the destroyer into that double wallbang. You can't stop that. You can't, stop Shinga Kim from swapping out all of a sudden and coming out with the destroyer and landing that phenomenal double wallbang right there for that Jung Ho-yoon knockout early on in the game.
When you don't have a Force Master for the entirety of your tag match for that 10 minutes, you know how difficult it can be. Utility interferes that can come in so nicely with the Force Master. If you can freeze up your ally, do whatever it takes to provide more time. That being gone, it's going to be allowing the other team of IDEPS to find out the advantage that they're so strong. And you see the happiness and joy and the cheerfulness coming in from IDEPS, and that will be them on a happy note going up to the semifinals to see if they can defeat now GC Busan Red, and that will be a very interesting game to as well.
Yeah, definitely. And now finally we are done with Group A and the 2 teams that are going up into the semifinals, and now after a break that is to come, we'll see the actions of Group B losers bracket.
All the credits up to GC Busan Blue, who tried their best with this new lineup. Saw the sign from earlier. Whatever you're on play, Shinga, go ahead and play. It gives the permission from the fans in. But that will be the end of Group A action. We're going to get to a short break and return for Group B to see what we can make out of this matchup. It should be very exciting ending, and we're going to be back after a short break.
반대로 이때 뚫리면 김현우가 단숨에 킬 잡아낼 수 있고 링검사 활용하기잖아요.
링검사 활용.
이거 바로 끝낼 수 있죠. 탁탁탁탁탁. 거의 끝났어요.
올리면서 마무리.
우와. 없는 거 알고 들어갑니다. 그리고 말벌 쏟아붓고요. 아니 이상은 굉장히 날카롭네요. 빠른 전개가 지금 해외 스타일이에요 이거. 오 공중 떴고요. 또 뜨면 말벌 날아다니죠. 말벌.
뜨면 우르르.
아니 경기 이게 헷갈려 죄송합니다. 이상우 선수.
오 그렇죠.
이상우 썼어요. 고막이 너무 아깝고 경기가 전혀 예상이 안 돼요. 여기서 인터뷰에서 물론 저희 팀 경기가 예상이 안 되실 겁니다. 얘기를 했지만 그래도 끌려왔어요. 끌려왔어요.
이제 공이 풀렸나요?
이현규 꽂혔어요. 오른쪽 로그에. 자 회전배기로 정확히 치고 쫓아갑니다. 쫓아갑니다. 튕기기. 왜 이렇게 튕기기 많이 나오죠 이번 경기? 와 이재준. 이재준 키절.
이재준이 맞나요? 마무리.
자 일단 밀어내면서 자 타기 다 들어갔죠. 시리얼리얼리도 아시니까 선컷이 넘어갑니다 이거. 암살자 탈출기도 금방 돌아오기 때문에 무리하지 않고 둔주에서 사용합니다. 재방전도 지금은 죽는 타이밍은 아니라 좀 더 공격적으로 하고 싶은데 그렇긴 한데 탈출기를 좀 뻔한 타이밍에 급히 쓸 수밖에 없다라는 게 결국은 약점이에요. 마음 급하죠. 한 번만
도끼질.
마지막 일부러 버텨요. 이제 탈출기 고려해야죠. 이제 쓰죠. 이제 걸리면 박진유도 한 방입니다. 오히려 암살자가 지금 탈출기가 없고 역사가 하나 남아있기 때문에 지금 시간이 벌지 않아요? 사실은 둔주가 한 10여 초 정도 남아서 저도 개인적으로는 근데 구석으로 알았어요. 둔주 모습이었었고요. 이제는 기회에 박경민 선수 한 번 더 잡을 수 있죠. 이유는 간단하죠. 최영호 선수의 탈기 한 번 빼낼 수 있는 타이밍이 오니까 아니 본인 탈기 썼네요. 이거는
여기
KO까지는 안 가겠지만 이거 빼요. 이거 뺄 수 있어요 탈기. 그리고 다음 마령 부르고 그렇죠. 그 이후에 감탄이 들어가면 그렇죠. 최영호 선수가 이기는 건 건데 그때까지 놔두지 않죠. 거리 샷 추가. 오 비영감 놓쳤어요. 비영감 놓친 건 크죠.
네, 사실 박경민 선수가 여기서 탈기를 빼내면서 경기 마무리 짓는 타이밍이었었는데
네, 계속 괴롭혀줘야 됩니다.
그렇죠.
이 어디나. 그런데 선택. 영영도
탈기였는데 마무리 지어냈습니다.
경매. KKC와 양양의 대결, 양양이 승리를 거뒀고
솔직히 저는 기분이 안 좋았어요. 진짜 이렇게 말하면 좀 그렇지만 그냥 이길 줄 알았거든요. 저희가 원하던 상황이 되게 안 나왔고 자꾸 꼬이고 이제 소통의 문제로 교체 실수도 나오고 그냥 전체적으로 안 좋았어요.
그냥 떴다 하면 무조건 데미지를 넣는 구성으로 돼 있어요.
이거 지금 호흡이 안 맞은 것 같은데요? 지금 교체가 되면서 난입이 같이 들어와서
제가 원하던 그림이 좀 안 나왔어요. 그 다음에 바로 경기가 끝났죠.
와, 저 소름이
전명을 살았어. 자우미.
운이 너무 안 좋았어요. 싱글이 안 나왔으면 했는데 심리전 싸움에서 져가지고 나갈 카드를 잘못 고르지 않나. 이제 이 돌림판 의미 없는 것 같아요. 그냥 없애고 그냥 태그 매치로 바꿨으면 좋겠어요.
태그 순위가 B조에서는 우리가 1등이고 4등이 KKC.
태그에서 실수가 자꾸 나와가지고 멘탈이 깨졌는데 상욱이 형이 또 부스 안이 춥다고 자꾸 손이 차갑다고 찡찡대고 그냥 에어컨 꺼달라고 하려고요. 그냥 저희 땀 흘리면서 하겠습니다.
KKC가 늙은 형들로 이제 참여했었는데 성적이 많이 부진했어요. 이번에도 역시 꼴등을 하지 않을까 싶고 젊은 사람들한테 양보해줘야죠. 자리는 이제 슬슬 이제 은퇴할 때 됐잖아요.
반응 속도가 안 나와 거기는.
슬프지. 가슴 아프지 않아? 어차피 뭐 격사가 무너지면 그 팀은 끝 아닌가요?
저희 전략은 제 피가 이제 나가지 않으면서 시간을 끌어도 무조건 피해량으로 이길 수 있게끔 이제 안정적이게 운영하는 게 저희의 포인트입니다.
KKC는 아무래도 이제 캐릭터를 하는 선수들의 완성도가 이제 저희보다 약간 떨어져요.
선수는 좋은 선수가 모였는데 합이 많이 안 맞다 보니까 수준이 떨어지는 팀이 아닌가.
이 형 스타일이 생각 없이 하니까 상대도 그 생각을 못 읽어서 지는 거거든요. 갑자기 들어오니까 원래 안 들어올 때 들어오고 들어와야 되는데 안 오고 이러니까 상대가 막 기다리다가 막 날리고 그러는데 형이 잡생각을 너무 많이 했어 오늘.
제 마음속에서는 전부 이기고 좀 4강을 생각하고 있기 때문에 더 할 말 없는 것 같습니다.
이거 지면은 그냥 게임 접으려고요.
무슨 말을 해야 될지 모르겠다. 좀 짜증났는데 저희가 냥냥을 만나기 위해서는 쿠데타를 이겨야 되거든요. 진짜 찢어 발라버리고 싶을 정도로 만나고 싶은데 지금 일단 냥냥팀 또 만나면 진짜 무조건 이길 거예요. 형들을 위해서 좀 빨리 좀 비켜줄래?
Welcome back, guys, and heard the interview, heard the people screaming out their intentions, and going to be about coup d'etat, the young guns, especially with Byung-Hyun in the central position, that gunslinger being supported by Young Chan, Suwon Lee, and it's going to be looking good for these guys. Of course, we'll see the Warlock and Destroyer, probably for the tag match to come in. It's going to be about the gunslinger, Byung-Hyun. What can he make out of his plays? And that has been always about the interesting things, because the opponent they're facing is going to be KKC, of course, the old people, the OGs.
Yep.
Blade and Soul talking about Sound Kim on the Assassin, Duggan Kang on the Destroyer. You know, he does play the KFM from time to time, but really interesting to see how the young guns, how the young generation plays against the older generation with KKC. Will be an interesting matchup here.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, throughout the interviews, I've kind of noticed Byung-Hyun kind of reminds me of Shin Kyung-Kim plus Keum Sung-Hwang. I don't know if you were in the scene with Keum Sung-Hwang, but you know, those two players, Shin Kyung-Kim and Keum Sung-Hwang, were the two key players back in the days, kind of initializing with the new classes that come out, and those two were the top singles players back in the day when singles and tags was separated. But it seems Byung-Hyun kind of takes the initiative, even though he is one of those new players on coup d'etat, and he is the key player like you mentioned before, and just kind of reminds me of Shin Kyung-Kim plus Keum Sung-Hwang.
Seems like KKC, after losing to Nyang Yang 3-1, only thing on their mind is to go back up to that second place decider match to get revenge onto that team, and they feel utterly embarrassed for the fact that they lost to Nyang Yang in that first week out. But other than Byung Tae-che, we all know this team. Sound Kim and Duggan Kang, very much casual and the usual suspects we like to see here in Blade and Soul Korea. They've been around for a very, very long time. Along with their age, their experience has also gained as well. Which means that these two players are definitely ready to seemingly carry this team to victory here.
Yep, we will see the matchup and the composition of either teams for our first matchup. And we do get the usual compositions on both sides. But like we said, Duggan Kang is a KFM main, but he will be on the Destroyer for his team composition. And we do see Byung-Hyun on the Gunslinger, as well as Suwon Lee and Young Che on the Warlock and the Destroyer.
Very much a usual composition we saw from them last week. Of course, they did lose out both of their matches in the quarterfinals. It started off the week before. Just gonna look at this team though. Byung-Hyun, his team on the screen right now. He's gonna be the super rookie, definitely not lacking confidence. It's been really about the sheer aggression that he has shown as a gunslinger, and one of the first players to bring it out ever in Korea competitively. And yeah, once again, he's probably gonna bring out the fire gunslinger once again to see what he can do with that class right there.
Yeah, we'll have to see if KKC is prepared enough to beat Coup d'etat, who's actually lost to Anarchy 3-2, a strongest team of Group B.
We're going to be ready to get into game one, as we see Byung-Hyun and the rest of the boys from Coup d'etat. They're going to be able to beat out KKC to really relieve them of the chances to go forward. And it's the first game of the tag match. Let's get the match underway. Here we are for the first game. Byung-Hyun on the Gunslinger, very much expected to start us off here. You're going to see Sang Kim as the Assassin once again as a starter for KKC as well.
We'll see if Sang Kim will, as he said in the VCR, or as his teammates said in the VCR, to be unpredictable for his teammates as well as his opponents, to make that, you know, aggressive move to take that advantage of this 1v1 starting.
Yeah, it's definitely ready to start on the match now and ready to pull on the aggression, but stealth already being used by Sang Kim from the get-go at the beginning of the match.
And like Joel mentioned, the flame gunslingers out for Byung-Hyun rather than the shadow.
Let's see the time distortion being used by the Warlock there. Interfere. Be fine for now. Coming in from Young Che. Once again, it's going to be another interfere coming from Byung Tae-che this time around for that Warlock interfere as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because the plans for Coup d'etat is for Byung-Hyun to stay alive with healthy enough health bars throughout this whole match. We'll see if they are able to keep their words and keep Byung-Hyun healthy.
Once again, a stealth being used by Sound Kim after he got it back with the time distortion. Definitely going to be lacking it for the next 30 seconds.
Alright, there we go. Sang Kim taking most of the damage that's being done. No escapes for Sang Kim now. Not offensive. Reactionary 2v2.
See how much damage comes through, but the destroyer from Doug and Kang provides that iron plating. Make sure they're ready to go for the next part.
All right.
So really no damage done on both sides. You're going to see the force tag out happening for both teams. And Young-Che and Byung-Tae, very similar names.
We got
both
the
on
Che
the Warlock.
brothers. They're not really brothers. They do have that same last name. We do have the same classes as well. We'll see which one of the Ches are better with the Warlock.
See the body swap being used by Young and Che. Not really be for anything, but Che still has all his escapes if he chooses to use it. But other than the Sanctum being put down, really nothing happening for now. And 2v2 reaction finally going to go through, and the Familiar is going to be gone for Young Che after so much damage that came through. See if anything else comes through here.
And Suwon Lee comes in, gets rid of Byung-Tae's thrall right away, and now we do have 2 Warlocks left over. Byung-Tae backs out.
With the Familiar being gone, okay, comes back into play. The first tag point now being used. The stun, then force out this escape there, and the chase very nicely done onto the Gunslinger. And it's gonna have a lot of trouble here. Sao Kim, can he finish him off? That was very, very close. And Byung-Tae, I suspect that he just might have to use another tag to get out of here.
Wow, that was a close call for Byung-Tae. Like I said, they want Kureta to keep Byung-Tae healthy, and this is not going well.
We're going to see him tag out in time. Suwon Lee comes back in, but Byung-Tae definitely a loss of momentum there as we see him really having a hard time after he got chased right away. That stun did come through.
Yeah, Byung-Tae, we rarely see him use his tag point, and we always mostly see him get force tagged out. But this time around, that situation definitely calls for that tag out. And we do have Suwon Lee on the field for Kureta.
Doug and Kang for KBC. It's going to be a destroyer mirror match. See Byung-Tae trying to do some damage with the Gunslinger from that interfere. Doesn't lead to anything. We're going to see the damage on the other end though. Trying to be attempted by Sao Kim.
Yeah, we do see that staggered interfere coming in from Sao Kim. Time distortion for the Warlock.
Oh, but Young-Che trying to come in, just provide the defense and the time distortion there, but still going to see his ally go down to very much the pieces here. And Jun is back out onto the field. He has his escapes now after he comes in.
Alright, there we go, Byung-Tae making his moves. Stealth is used for Sao Kim. So that was a close call.
Sao Kim could have had it a lot worse if he didn't use that escape, so it's going to be feeling good now. And Byung-Tae just going to be looking forward to provide more damage for his opponents because he took a lot of damage himself, so going to have to at least even it out this time out here.
Yep. 11 seconds for Stealth to come back. Sao Kim does have the Lotus down. Will he make his move? Just seems as if Sao Kim is not as comfortable going up against the Gunslinger.
Byung-Tae just trying to get out of there, and once again, escape being used. That stun came through for Sao Kim.
Alright, Sao Kim, there we go, defensive interference coming in.
That stun could have been very, very dangerous, but the iron plating makes sure Byung-Tae stays alive. If you really want one person to stay alive, it's going to be Byung-Tae on the Gunslinger for the side of Kureta. Without him, definitely the damage output will not be the same. So his timeout, but once again, attack point being used. So the last one for Byung-Tae is going to bring out Young-Che once again.
Yep, and Byung-Tae comes out on the side of KKC. We'll see the Warlock mirror match once again. The ult is blocked. It's not going to connect, obviously. And the Sanctum is put down for Byung-Tae. Young-Che uses time distortion to get his escapes back. Young-Che's thrall is going to go down very soon.
Going to be heavily damaged out. Time distortion being used once again to get all the cooldown right back on track. KKC for their own good, but Che going to come in, but it's going to take a bit of damage here. But the iron plating very nicely done by Suwon Lee to make sure no damage comes in for that. The aerial damage there.
Yeah, Young-Che definitely, or Suwon Lee, has to create that opportunity for Byung-Tae to come in with the Gunslinger to do some damage, but there hasn't been any opportunities created yet for Kureta.
Bit of a wallbang coming in from Doug and Kang off the interfere, but really not too much damage in.
Ooh, here we go with the wallbang. The interfere comes in, look at the damage!
Still coming, Byung-Tae. This is exactly what he needed. As soon as he secured the wallbang, from the side of Suwon Lee. That was going to be Byung-in Jun's go time and puts that all the damage to knock out Byung Tae in an instant. Now we're going to see them suddenly in the front here. Coup d'etat definitely not going to be losing out this one.
Yeah, like I said, either Suwon Lee or Young-won Chen needs to create that opportunity, and right when that moment happens, Byung-in Jun is not going to let that slide.
Yeah, another stun that comes through, but he does escape with time. This
5 seconds.
It's going to be right there.
5 seconds until that interfere comes in, and one more opportunity, another player knocked down for KKC.
See an interfere coming in, but the tag now for Sang Kim on the very low health. He has no tag point to work with. He has to stay alive for that next 1 minute 35 seconds. Can he really get that done though? This is going to be the question.
We'll have to see if Sang Kim will be able to kind of do some damage to
Out of stealth.
Jun. Yeah, but the stealth is out. No tag for Sang Kim. So he's just out here all alone.
1 minute and 20 seconds, and I wonder if he can get it done right now. Even the defense interfere, just coming in to save his opponent. But Byung-in Jun is going to be in a lot of trouble. I wonder if he can survive this, but the counterattack is going to be coming to the other end, trying to just poke him out to dance, but Sang Kim is eventually going to go down. Byung-in Jun, remember, he doesn't have any tag points either, so he has to stay alive for the next minute or so, but Duggan Kang is going to be heavily damaged down in 1v1 effort, looking very good toward the Gunslinger.
Yep, and like you said, Byung-in Jun has to stay out, and it doesn't, when it's a 1v1 situation, he's definitely confident, and there we go!
Byung-in Jun just taking the clears, get all 3 kills in the end. And we talked about the super rookie doing what is needed to bring his team to success, and coup d'etat definitely relishing off of this player right now in the game 1 victory. Now going with the coup d'etat.
Yeah, coup d'etat was definitely unable to keep Byung-in Jun healthy throughout the match, unfortunately, but he did stay alive to get all of the kills. So yeah, mission success. KKC, very unfortunate, but if they want to go up against Nyang, they have to come up with a plan to get rid of Byung-in Jun. If not, they're just gonna get eliminated here.
I mean, if Gunslinger doesn't die out in the first few minutes or so for the side of KKC, then they're going to have a hard time trying to win out this one because they don't have the same type of damage output. Sang Kim, you say he's an assassin, but definitely the damage output is not the same when you compare that to the side of the Gunslinger Byung-in Jun. We'll see later in this clip here, in this highlight, of what the damage output can be. This is where it starts, and Byung Tae started off at 90% health, down to nothing in terms of seconds.
Yep, and this is what the Gunslinger can do, and you know, as we talk about this often, that Byung-in Jun brings out the flame element rather than the shadow, where we see the other players such as Hyuk-Ki-an or who was it, Hyung-Kyu Kim bring out the shadow rather in tag matches. So, you know, like we always talk about, Byung-in Jun is playing what he's comfortable with and just gets all 3 kills.
We know it gets the more damage done with the flame Gunslinger, but man, you gotta have the controls to back that up. But did he have the controls? I think yes he did. And Jun, the super rookie, looking very good. Might be the best gunslinger we have in the entire Blade and Soul Korea tournament. Might be arguable, but we're gonna see that progress as we get to more games here. But for the time being, coup d'etat looking very good now after getting that 1-game victory. You can see set 2 with singles, especially who's gonna come out. Camera is now focused on Duggan Kang, but we're gonna see from coup d'etat as well.
Yeah, we'll see. There we go.
Whoa!
Oh, Byung-in Jun.
Oh my goodness!
Byung-in Jun pulling the Shingyang Kim, swapping out his class and just going with that KFM mirror.
Oh, he's putting the challenge on ending. He's putting the challenge on Duggan Kang. If he loses to Byung-in Jun in his main KFM, that is going to be embarrassment.
Yeah, embarrassment, especially because Duggan Kang was the 2nd runner-up in the World Championships, I think 3 or 4 years ago, in singles with the KFM. So he is one of the... Duggan Kang is very formidable with the KFM, and like you said, if he loses to Byung-in Jun's KFM, I don't know. It's gonna make me speechless.
For what we have now, Byung-in Jun, this rookie has swagger, and he's gonna try to bring it on in game 2 against Duggan Kang. A KFM mirror match is gonna be underway for game 2. See if he gets the victory and gives another win over the coup d'etat. We're gonna find out. I mean, this is what I love about this player, man. I mean, Byung-in Jun, this rookie has got swagger. He's not scared of anyone in this world. Doesn't matter if it's his first time participating in Season 1 of Blade and Soul Korea, but he's going to go up against the OG of Duggan Kang, literally to test him on his own game. go up against the mirror match of KFM here.
Alright. Both have the ice guard. Rising Dragon pulls Byung-Jun in. He's gonna save his escape for now, definitely, because with the KFM, there we go, back roll chase also happens.
Very nice. He's gonna get another stun here right
there we
now.
go. There we go with the chase.
Okay, that
tab
will come
escape
through the stun. That will be there. He does have the escape available. If he can choose to use it, Dougie Kang
Aerial.
still taking a lot of damage before he starts to use that.
Alright, he's gonna go play safe with the Tremor.
Okay, very nice stun once again.
Into the aerial. Alright.
When's he gonna use escape though? Dougie Kang
Very,
still
he
has
should.
it.
And now he's gonna back off. Ooh, there we go. He counters that.
Very,
Here we
very
go,
quick
another.
There. Another stun, and that's gonna be finally.
Oh, he
his escape.
misses that chase.
Oh,
this is critical.
Dougie
Byung-Jun.
Kang! Is he gonna win out this one? He needs just one more stun. That's it. And it's gonna be him putting up in the air. That's gonna be Byung-Jun picking up the win with the KFM. I feel like this is like the world championship victory or something. Because right now in his own game, KFM with the Byung-Jun, this is not his main. This is the gunslinger we're looking at beating Dougie Kang with a KFM mirror match. What a game there!
That was so close.
Oh my goodness.
When Dougie Kang used his tab escape, he got the knockdown on Byung-Jun. He back rolled, and when that back roll happens, you're supposed to chase him, and that would have given the upper hand for Dougie Kang. But missing that, so as you see here, this time when Byung-Jun escapes, he's gonna chase that back roll right here. So this is what Dougie Kang was supposed to do when the trade was happening. So let's hope the replay shows when Dougie Kang.
He did use his escape right around here, right after this one.
So let's see that. Let's see that escape happening.
is
There we
right
go.
here.
The knockback, and that chase misses right there. And if that chase happened, then Dougie Kang would have finished off Byung-Jun. But that was. I love this. I love KFM mirror matches. It's so uptight all the time.
This is probably the time where Blade and Soul seems like an FGC game, and man,
Yeah.
man, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
KFM, you're trying to teach the sensei
Yeah.
at your own game,
Yeah.
and wow. My goodness, this guy is a beast. This guy is he's something else, and I'm really looking forward to how this player can grow as a professional player. But everything that we've seen from him so far has been looking very good. But a tag match for Game 3 will probably be secured here.
Yeah, Kurata has definitely been very solid in tag, especially with Byung-Jun on the Gunslinger. But now, him just kind of putting down Dougie Kang's KFM,
My God.
scratching his mentality, tilting him over fully. I don't know if KKC will have the mentality to carry on.
Literally what he did there with Byung-Jun, putting out the KFM, defeating the KFM Dougie Kang was literally putting an uppercut on his pride. And that's what he just did right there. And right now, can he recover back to it? It's not going to be about KKC. That's not the most important thing. Can Dougie Kang recover from that scratch of his pride? That game to look at him, he's just trying to focus. He's trying to focus and get back to his old form, because right now, that pride has been scratched away. Game 3 is going to be a very, very interesting ending.
Byung-Jun definitely smart, because if he lost to Dougie Kang's KFM, he had an excuse saying he is a very good KFM. But now he beats that KFM. It's just, it's just going to tilt him all the way. And, we are back to the old composition that we saw in set 1. And if it plays out the same way, then Kurata will definitely get that 3 wins straight. And this will, it's going to be a quick series for these two.
And the worst part of this all is that Dougie Kang doesn't get to play the KFM again. That's the biggest problem here ending in.
Can't redeem himself.
I love how Byung-Jun used that game to lead that effect into Game 3, whatever it was going to be. He knew that if Game 2 did go over to his victory with that KFM, he knew that would affect Dougie Kang mentally in that Game 3. And this is what's happening now. I wonder if we're going to get a quick finish from Kurata, especially if Dougie Kang, if he cannot recover from this.
Yeah, we'll see if Dougie Kang is able to hold his mind together before it scatters all over the place, and let's hope that it doesn't, and let's hope that Dougie Kang is able to carry on throughout this series and help out his team and not be tilted so much.
Dougie Kang is a veteran. He's the OG, and I think he's ready to really come back from this one. Is the experience going to count with him and Sang-Woo Kim trying to come back for KKC? Kurata only needs one more game to get into the next round to get faced up against Yang. We're going to try to see if this Game 3 will be the last game here. serious this is. I mean, I didn't expect this from this game. I feel like coup d'etat KKC wasn't the most interesting prospect just by looking at it on paper, but my god, what a game this has been so far. And this guy, Byung-Jun, has been definitely a character worth mentioning about.
Yeah, well, I just feel so bad for KKC.
I know.
It's just, you know, in the interview, you know, coup d'etat bashes on them for being old, and you know now they're losing with their main classes in singles and even in tag. And if they lose this third match, they're just gonna be eliminated already from season 1.
They're literally hitting them where it hurts the most, talking about age and talking about the old man mechanics. And my goodness, KKC has been utterly just embarrassed from multiple angles here. But if they lose out this one, it will be a 3-0 loss for these guys and a 3-0 victory for coup d'etat, which will make them feel very, very good about heading to the next round against Byung-Jun.
We'll have to see what happens, so we'll play this out. Byung-Jun is out, and like we said before coup d'etat, they need Byung-Jun alive, and for KKC, they need to get rid of Byung-Jun, so you know it's kind of working against each other. We'll see which team is successful in doing so.
It's a very simple game, this one, especially in the tag, talking about when you're trying to defeat coup d'etat, you have to kill Byung-Jun. That's the only objective that you have to get, and then the rest of the game becomes a lot easier, but this is getting very difficult now as we see Interfere coming in, silently, trying to help out Byung-Jun in that instance. See the tag point being used by Sang-Ho Kim.
Yep, Sang-Ho Kim actually took a lot of damage over there, and you know it was smart for him to tag out, but we'll see if Byung-Tae will be able to resist. Byung-Jun, fortunately for Byung-Tae, will be tagged out right now. There we go.
Gonna get the free tag out, but the chase
is
the chase! Oh my god. Uh-oh.
All right, Sang-Ho Kim with that offensive interfere into that. They're just gonna, you know, shut down Young-Won-Che.
That's another way to win the game. Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Young-Won-Che, he's out of there. He's out of there. Byung-Tae just one combos him and hoba all over the land. And my goodness, I think right now coup d'etat is going to be in a bit of a stroll here. I mean, are they going to be able to come back from it? Because it's going to be a bit of a hole they have to come back from here.
You know, I think we had it the wrong way. KKC is not focused on getting rid of Byung-Jun. They're focused on getting rid of the other two supports and just going up 3v1 against Byung-Jun. That could be the plan right now.
You're going to see the attack point being used by Destroyer. Byung-Jun still out here trying to do some damage on, but be careful. Duggan Kang trying to stay out here as long as he can, but having a hard time with Byung-Jun being so aggressive in the way he runs in, but Duggan Kang doing very well on the other end.
He's so bad!
Duggan Kang is so mad. If I can't beat you with the KFL, I'll beat you with the Destroyer. Just beat you down with the axe. And Byung-Jun, I think he's scared out of his mind now. And wow, this is going to be a very interesting one to see how this unfolds here.
There we go. Sang-Ho Kim is back on the field. Byung-Jun and Sang-Ho Kim both low on health. Sang-Ho Kim is out of stealth. Byung-Jun still has escape.
It's going to be Byung-Jun feeling very safe for now. Just make sure that he doesn't get stunned up. Okay, he does get stunned up right away, and that's going to be him trying to get out of there. But Byung-Jun, how is he going to just get out of there for time? And Sang-Ho Kim still getting poked out from range.
Byung-Jun playing it so well, even though they lost that player early on.
Are we even going to see the tag out from here? But Duggan Kang just provides the support in time to allow Byung-Tae to come in from that tag.
Yeah, and Byung-Tae is the player that created that opportunity to get rid of Young-Won-Che from 100 to 0 with Sang-Ho Kim's offensive interfere. We'll see if he's able to do that again with Byung-Jun.
No interfere now for Samwon Lee, so Byung-Jun is literally all alone until he uses the tag point. He finally uses it now, and Lee comes back in, trying to do the damage, especially onto the Familiar, but a lot of damage coming in. Byung-Tae, is he going to escape in time? No chance for escape right now, and that's going to be him going down. Now suddenly it's become very, very even across both sides, and Sang-Ho Kim on very, very low health. I wonder if he's going to be able to survive here. Samwon Lee coming out of nowhere for that kill.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere, and you know, making it even a 2v2 is not looking good for KKC. When they had the man advantage, yes, it was for KKC, but now Byung-Jun staying alive, making it even 2v2. This is not good for KKC. We'll see if coup d'etat will be able to carry this momentum on to a 3-0 victory.
Byung-Jun just trying to finish off his opponent now. Sang-Ho Kim, no tag, no interfere from Duggan Kang. That will mean he's going to be all alone this 1 minute that he has to stall out, but I think he's not going to waste any time here. Just trying to go for the kill. He can here.
And this is the moment. This is basically a 1v1 right now, like you said. We'll see Byung-Jun and Sang-Ho Kim who will be the victory.
Very quick on the fingers there. Very nicely done, but it's going to go up in the air. It's going to be a dangerous situation. Still very much all for nothing here.
Oh, he's charging his ult. He cancels that.
Brings out the big guns. Did not work out that time, and Sang-Ho Kim uses stealth. This might be his opportunity now. Go for what he needs to do. Sang-Ho is back onto the field. Body swap.
Yep, Byung-Jun has 2 interferes, so you know there's still a long way to go for that 3-minute marks. It's not looking good for KKC where Duggan Kang is only on with the tag point. He's
one
not even
stop
on the field, and I'll drive to death.
He doesn't even need Byung-Jun to finish him off there. Duggan Kang is going to be the last man up. We know how he felt losing against the KFM. Byung-Jun to get that done, but the typhoon coming from both sides. The trade is definitely going to be benefiting Coup d'etat more than anything because they still have Byung-Jun who can come in for the interference in case a stun comes up.
Yeah, Sang-Ho Lee either just wall bang or one aerial is just going to, you know, signal Byung-Jun into that.
Okay, Destroyer ultimate on both sides though. That's going to be carving out both characters now. And on the interfere now, trying to get some damage on it.
Oh, aerial, there we go.
Have a hard time with this, and a few more hits will probably end the game here. Another aerial. It's time for Duggan Kang though, Soo-Won Lee. Can you just finish him off here? Another power drive in. Literally, he got 3 kills and 3 power drives for 3 kills. So triple kill for the Destroyer right there. And Soo-Won Lee, it's not Byung-Jun this time around, but that's going to be him finishing off very, very nice. And Byung-Jun, with all smiles, going to be very feeling wonderful as he moves on to the next round to face Nyang-Nyang.
Yeah, and we do see the disappointed faces of KKC. Unfortunately, the OGs is eliminated. And we'll see Coup d'etat go up against Nyang-Nyang for this second place match. But let's see this replay.
Very nicely done.
This one was very, that was great by Sang-Ho Kim and Byung-Jun Che.
And it was kind of awkward that no interfere came in even from the Destroyer at the time. So a little bit of an awkward situation that could have been avoided, I believe, but it goes to the way that, you know, we're talking about the past now and everything that happened before. All about the present, talking about eventually getting the win, but a lot more difficult fashion. But for that one power drive, finishing off that one kill.
That was the first power drive that we saw from Soo-Won Lee.
Second one right here.
There we go with the second one, double kill.
I wish they just showed 3 power drives in a row. That's kind of what I want to see. But you know, of course, we do give it up to Byung-Jun putting up most of the damage in the air. Aerial talking about right there. Just waiting for that cooldown on the power drive to come right back, and there we go.
Boom! So we do see that triple kill from Soo-Won Lee's Destroyer, power driving everybody into the ground. But now we'll finally get ready, or you know, before we get onto the next match, we'll have that break, but we'll finally be ready to get finished with Group B.
You know, I think it's so fitting that a player like Byung-Jun is starting out his career in Coup d'etat. Kind of reminds us so much about Shin Kim, who has been kind of a superstar in his own right. And Byung-Jun, I feel this coming. I feel it coming with this kind of player having so much potential as a player, not fearing anyone in the competition, and see what he and his team can do against Nyang-Nyang in the second place decider for Group B. But we'll be very, very excited to see what happens. We're going to be on to a short break, guys, and once we're back, we're going to get onto the last match to get the decider for the second place for Group B. So we'll be right back after the break.
반대로 이때 뚫리면 김현우가 단숨에 킬 잡아낼 수 있고 링검사 활용 링검사 활용 이거 바로 끝낼 수 있죠. 탁탁탁탁 거의 끝났어요. 울리면서 마무리. 우와 없는 거 알고 들어갑니다. 그리고 말벌 쏟아붓고요. 아니 이상은 굉장히 날카롭네요. 빠른 전개가 지금 해외 스타일이에요 이거. 공중 뜯고요. 또 뜨면 말벌 날아다니죠. 말벌 뜨면 우르르. 아니
죄송합니다. 이상호 선수.
오, 그렇죠. 맞았어요. 고막이 너무 맞았고.
경기가 전혀 예상이 안 돼요.
여기서 인터뷰에서 물론 저희 팀 경기가 예상이 안 되실 겁니다. 얘기를 했지만 그래도 끌려왔어요. 이제 공이 풀렸나요?
이현규 꽂혔어요. 오른쪽 로그에. 자, 회전배기로 정확히 치고 쫓아갑니다. 튕기기. 왜 이렇게 튕기기 많이 나오죠, 이번 경기? 와, 이재준 기절.
이재준이 맞아요. 마무리.
자, 일단 밀어내면서 자, 타기 다 들어갔죠. 시리얼도 아시니까 선컷이 넘어갑니다, 이거.
암살자 탈출구도 금방 돌아오기 때문에 무리하지 않고 둔주에 사용합니다.
네. 재방전도 지금은 죽는 타이밍은 아니라 좀 더 본격적으로 하고 싶은데
그렇긴 한데 탈출기를 좀 뻔한 타이밍에 급히 쓸 수밖에 없다라는 게 결국은 약점이에요. 마음 급하죠. 한 번만. 도끼질. 마지막 공으로.
일부러 버텨요. 일부러
이제 탈출기 고려해야죠.
이제 썼어요. 이제 걸리면 박진유도 한 방입니다.
오히려 암살자가 지금 탈출기가 없고 역사가 하나 남아있기 때문에 지금 시간이 벌지 않아요?
사실은 둔주가 한 10여 초 정도 남아서 저도 개인적으로는 근데 구석으로 둔주 들어갔어요.
김상욱이에요.
선단할 타겟팅은 아주 좋았고요. 자, 여기서 둔주 빠지면
20 벗겨내면서
일부러 범위 이거
저항까지?
자, 둔주를 아낄 수가
이제는
없는
쓸 때가 된 것 같은데
이건 아낄 수가
되니까 오히려 빈결지로 돌아갑니다. 이득 볼만큼
피다 뺐어요.
네네. 거기다 이제 사라졌어요.
마무리.
그냥 끝낼 수 있겠는데.
이거 시간을 일부러 계속해서 벌어주면서 이거 끝났어야 되죠.
우와! 퍼펙트! 이상훈!
Welcome back, guys. Here we are once again to see if what we can do. Talking about that last match that will be underway. Kudeta looking a lot better than what they did in the last showing. Gonna be up against Yang Yang. But you see these three players once again. Young Chance, Suwon Lee, and also Byung-Hyun Jun. We thought Byung-Hyun Jun would be the main character for all these two players to support around it. But talk about that last game, that last tag against talking about KKC. Suwon Lee was the main character, getting all those kills by himself with a power drop each time.
Yep. And you know, now that Kudeta is up against Yang Yang, you know what will make my day? Like we know all the team composition of either teams when they come out in tags, but when Byung-Hyun Jung comes out for solos and Jisoo Choi comes out for solos, Jisoo Choi brings out the summoner, and Byung-Hyun Jung does have summoner listed on his roster.
Oh, come on.
So we have that summoner mirror with Byung-Hyun Jung versus Jisoo Choi. That would make my day, but probably unlikely to happen.
And we usually don't like to see, you know, the other team, Yang Yang, they don't usually send out Jisoo on the single matches. So, you know, your dream is a little bit far-fetched there. See how much of a reality that is, we're going to find out. But game one will happen between these two teams. They won the first game of last week and lost out in the winner's match against Anarchy. That's why they are here to play for that second place decider. They're going to be playing against Kudeta, who's been looking really good for the first match they face.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Kudeta went up against Anarchy and they lost 3-2. So they actually took 2 points away from Kudeta, whereas Yang Yang, when they went up against Anarchy, they lost 3-0.
Yeah.
So according to, you know, the records, Kudeta is stronger against Anarchy. And Yang Yang is obviously weaker against Anarchy, but we'll see which team. Because, you know, just looking at Kudeta taking 2 points away out of the best team in Group B, it shows that Kudeta might have the chance to beat Yang Yang, even though Yang Yang is at that upper level with losing out from the winner's bracket. We'll see if Kudeta will be able to make it into the second place.
You see the very interesting competition with the Summoner and also the Blade Master with the KFM to round out the roster for Yang Yang. See Jejun really pop off last week, especially in the tag match, doing so well and seeing what they can do. But see the cute emoticon indicating that Yang Yang, of course, sound that is usually made by the cats here in the Korean realms, and let's see how they do. Are they going to be the cute kitties that, you know, win out the games? But what do we see?
Young
Che, okay,
gets rid of that warlock and brings out that assassin. His original,
so aggressive.
Yes, his original class is the assassin, and like you said, correct, so aggressive.
I mean, literally, you have assassin for damage, the gunslinger for damage, and we even saw that Suwon Lee's destroyer can do damage as well. So, you know, this is a super aggressive comp that wants to finish out the game in the first 3 minutes. They're not going to wait for the whole 10 minutes to finish out this game, because if it goes wrong, definitely they will be so squishy. The fact that the HP bars will be a lot lower, the defensive tactics will be a lot lower, and definitely the stats will definitely play against them if they find the aggression on the other team here.
Yeah, one bad area from Yang Yang, though, on the other side, with Jisoo Choi's summoner doing that Rumble B damage, might get rid of one of the members of Kudeta, since Young Che has decided to swap onto the assassin. But we'll see which team makes that first move with the aerial and, you know, first mistake in not being able to come in for that defensive interfere to save your teammate. We'll have to see, you know, as the matches play out. But let me also emphasize that Sang-Won Lee, originally an assassin main, will be coming out with the KFM. So he kind of goes back and forth with the KFM and the assassins depending on the composition that they're facing.
And we're going to see if this game one brings us the goods, because Kudeta looking very nice right now in their current form. See if they can beat out Yang Yang in game one in this tag match to see who gets the first lead in terms of points. The match underway. Here we go for the first game. Byung-Hyun Jun ready to play with the gunslinger once again. Suwon Lee is going to be the first one up with the KFM.
Yep, we'll see if this KFM could do some damage, because Byung-Hyun Jun hasn't died yet a single time in any of the matches today. We'll have to see if Sang-Won Lee on this KFM will be able to do some damage, at least force him to, you know, tag out rather than to be force tagged out.
We can see the initial strike coming from Sang-Won Lee there. Trying to force out anything from the play, but it's no escape out of Byung-Hyun Jun.
Playing it very safely. Sang-Won Lee taking some damage right now. But he is still playing that aggressive KFM, chasing down Byung Hyun-jun, who is whiplining away. There we go, Rising Dragon pulls him in.
Pulling in, but really no stuns coming through, but you see the
oh, Jeju coming in with that interfere, doing so much damage to Byung Hyun-jun.
The Dragon Tongue doing so much damage off the interfere, and Byung Hyun-jun now down to half health. He's gonna stick on here because Byung Hyun-jun Suwon came in for the interfere to make it a 2v2 reactionary, but didn't do much justice as we saw. Byung Hyun-jun still get chipped down quite a bit there.
Sang-Won Lee's KFM is just basically a decoy, just, you know, play it aggressive, make Byung Hyun-jun use all his whip lines, kind of push him into the corner, and, you know, Jae-jun Lee comes in for that interfere to do that damage, and that's what happened. And this time around, ooh, Sang-Won Lee doing some damage too.
See Jisoo Choi come back in to play. Youngwon Chen's gonna be out on the assassin, so it's gonna be the summoner versus the assassin this time around.
We'll see if Jisoo Choi will be able to annoy this assassin. There we go. Lotus of Escape already used by Youngwon Chen.
Chen just looking forward here and see what he can do. Gets to escape out, and also the Lotus Escape. Both gonna be out as well.
Yeah, Sang-Won Lee's KFM comes in, Rising Dragon hits 4 stats,
stun
out.
Going up in here.
Don't forget about the cat. Oh, tag out happens already pretty early for Jisoo Choi.
I had to use the escape though. That's why Jisoo Choi, I think without the escape, wasn't feeling too confident about her endeavors. So it does tag out to Suwon. Sang-Won Lee. KFM here. Sang-Won Lee has done very well on the first round, trying to get crucial stuns up and helping out their teammates to do damage. And Youngwon Chen already experiencing some of that already.
Youngwon Chen does get both his escapes back, but into the aerial, forces out that defensive interfere from Suwon Lee.
Suwon Lee out here just trying to help out. Sang-Won Lee is going to be knocked down into play. Poison breath, but so much damage from the assassin now, and Youngwon Chen.
There we go, Flock of Blades, knocking him back, saving Sang-Won Lee's tab escape.
Jae-jun Lee does well to come up for that defensive effort. Very nice there, but Sang-Won Lee is still heavily damaged out, and they can work it with it here, but...
Oh, Rising Dragon.
He's going to be damaged up in the air. The summoner now putting up lots of damage, and they can make out of it. Still the cat annoying the heck out of their opponents right now.
Yeah, this is what a fight should look like, and you know, this is what happens when either side do not have Warlock, if you notice. Yeah. This is kind of like the old school Blade and Soul tag match that we're seeing right here.
Yeah, no time distortion, meaning that once your escape is used, you're gonna be vulnerable to all these attacks. And Youngwon Chen trying to make sure the vulnerability really sticks into play and is gonna force out the tag from Jae-jun Lee.
Yeah, and finally, the Blade Master is out.
Yeah, for the first time. See what they can do. Typhoon, yeah, just coming in from Sang-Won Lee. See what they can make out of it.
Block the back roll. Cyclone to negate anything that's coming in. There we go, Flock of Blades.
Gonna have a hard time here. Just gonna have to stealth his way out of there. Poison Breath now daunting his way.
Ooh, the ult! Oh, or was that the... Oh. There we go, Jae-jun Lee taking...
Okay, taking so much damage. Jae-jun Lee doesn't have enough time to escape out of there. He's gonna go die out, and Jisoo Choi all of a sudden just comes back out from a preemptive surprise there. Youngwon Chen, very nice on the damage, but Summoner now making him pay.
It's a 2v2 right now, but you know, the cat's there as well. Making that 2v2 pretty comfortable for Jisoo Choi.
Byung is still back out. Trying to see what he can do with that one tag point left remaining. Youngwon Chen is available for the interfere. Mostly it's going to be about a 1v1 effort between him and Jisoo Choi.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised that nobody came to save Jae-jun Lee when he got eliminated. Now let's see if Jisoo Choi and Sang-Won Lee will pull their weight and carry their team to victory against Kudeta in a 2v3.
Byung using the escape. It's going to be vulnerable for any type of attacks coming in, but Youngwon Chen just adding to the damage now, and Sang-Won Lee even taking a little bit of damage as well. KFM trying to do this out here, and Byung is going to go down from the KFM, and Sang-Won Lee, you know, once he had to stand up right here, trying to find out, he can fight against Sang-Won Lee here. So Suwon Lee, Sang-Won Lee, left him right here.
See, and you know, Byung Hyun-jun, finally we get to see this guy die. Like, you know, nothing against him. He's been playing so well, and he has not died yet in this tournament. And Sang-Won Lee was the first guy to actually get this gunslinger, eliminated, or at least, you know, knocked out for this tag.
Suwon just trying to avenge his teammate now after he went down. The stun does come up. I wonder if they can make out of this. Youngwon Che doing so much damage off that stun. No escape from them. And Jisoo Choi is going to be onto the webbing. This is going to be trouble now for Suwon, who just wants to finish off the summoner here.
When you're up against a destroyer, don't be against the wall or you're going to get Typhoon to the wall.
Very, very interesting plays here. Once again, a power drive coming in, and Jisoo Choi gonna have a hard time. The stun coming out. It's gonna force out the escape from the summoner.
Oh, the Typhoon knockback. Even though it wasn't a wallbang, it's still gonna do a lot to this Jisoo Choi.
Jisoo Choi has no more teammates. She's all alone. Can she survive with the damage steal that's coming through? And Youngwon Che's gonna come in with that stun. That's gonna be to finish the webbing. I imagine there's gonna be enough damage there. Even the ultimate for the stylish finish. And there you go. Yang didn't look as strong as Kudeta. Of course, they did knock away Byung-Jun. Wasn't an initial surprise, but in the end, still a dominating win for Kudeta in Game 1.
Oh yeah, it was definitely dominating, but I gotta give it to Yang for actually killing Byung-Jun, because I'm pretty sure he had a clean record of not dying once yet in this tournament, and finally, for the first time, Yang succeeded in killing Byung-Jun. Now, they just have to do it a little quicker before they lose out all of their other players in the process.
I mean, if you're Byung-Jun, if you die out in trade of all the other 3 members from your opponent there, I think you'll take that every day. And I think Byung-Jun has been playing very well, exceptionally well throughout the entire tournament so far for all the games that he's played. And he's out here trying to make Yang look like it's an easy treat to feast upon it. Jisoo Choi, the rest of her members from Yang not had the best of results so far. Done well for the first day, but the second day looking very grim to see how they can come back. It'll be interesting to see how this game 2 in the singles will open for us as well.
Yeah, and if you have noticed, Jisoo Choi, when she's on the standings in the field, she kind of tags out early and she tends to use her escape pretty early on, and that just shows that she's not comfortable being out. Rather, she is more comfortable being on the bench and her teammates making that opportunity to do that burst damage. So that's kind of something for her to work on in the future, but we'll see how that plays out in this next round.
Got that sign backwards, buddy.
Yeah, he definitely does.
I can't even read that.
He's looking at the sign, kind of. Yeah, he's looking at the sign and putting it up there.
He believes there's a mirror on that paper. It's like when you put it up to your face and you can see it on the other side. It looks just the same, but Kudeta looking very good, as they did against their opponents in KKC. Really making it look really easy against Yang for the time being. In singles, the set 2 is going to be interesting to see how this will work out in terms of who they're going to send out. Is it going to be Byung-Jun once again, or is it going to be someone else that we haven't really seen so far? But Yang, another interesting prospect of who we're going to see in set 2 is going to be interesting as well.
Oh, it'd be fun.
Again!
Oh, no!
Byung-Jun, this guy is all about toying with his opponents, and KFM, he knew Samwon Lee was going to come out, and
look at that smirk on his face.
He's enjoying this moment right now. He's just having fun right now. He's just enjoying his game, and what a player he is right now. We're going to get into the game. Not going to waste any time to see he can do it again. KFM versus KFM. For Samwon Lee, if he gets defeated by Byung-Jun. See what that happens. Let's go into game 2 to see what happens. At this point, I just think he's trolling. I just think he's absolutely just trolling here.
But it's not trolling if he wins.
It's not trolling if he wins, but it's just
he already won once against Doug and Kang.
It's like that. It's like that. You know the GIF that comes out on Twitter that says it's a Simpson character saying, "He's already dead." you're hurting someone who's already died, and you're putting the mental scratch on them. But speaking of which. Byung-Jun having a hard time for the beginning of this game here.
There we go, the knockback, the chase. Okay, he's never gonna miss that chase, and there we go.
Okay, see here.
Oh, and Samwon Lee is not gonna miss that chase, and this is done for Byung-Jun. There we go.
Into the aerial.
Yeah, this is done. So this is how it should have played out with Doug and Kang, actually. Oh, but he actually lives with that sidestep.
Are we gonna see this? This is looking like just one hit should do it, and oh my goodness, Byung-Jun. Just watching this from the behind, but that will be that one last hit. One more aerial, Samwon Lee. It's not going to allow that to happen twice. Byung-Jun, just go back to your gunslinger. You don't play the KFM anymore. You're not going to get a win every single time, but Looking good now. Getting back to even. Sang-Hoon Lee got the smiles on his face. Knows what happened last time around when KGC tried to bring out. He's just having a blast right now.
He definitely is having the time of his life. And if you remember what happened here in this matchup, this is exactly what happened with Doug and Kang when Byung-Hyun brought out the KFM. But Doug and Kang missed that chase. But this time around, Sang-Hoon Lee does not miss that chase. So we'll see that soon. So here, alright, so this is the time. That chase. He got that chase with the back roll, and Sang-Hoon Lee was able to finish him off. But Doug and Kang missed that chase and gave Byung-Hyun the chance to come back on the offensive.
Getting him on the wall have definitely helped in that aspect as well, because you're not really going to be knocked back further when you're already stuck on that wall. Byung-Hyun had a hard time for the majority of this game. You talk about majority, but it wasn't even a minute of the game that has gone forth. But we're going to go to game 3 to see if we're going to see another single. Or if we're going to get back to a tag match here, because we're going to spin the roulette to see if these smiling faces will remain smiling as we get onto the next match to see what it will be.
Yep, at least either Kudeta or Nyang will not be defeated 3-0, because they all have 1 point apiece right now. And for our third match, we will tag. Are we gonna get that small tag?
Ooh! Oh. That's a single.
Is that? Yeah, that's a single.
That's a single. Yeah, that's a singles right there.
I thought it was gonna get hooked for that small tag, but it seems like.
You know, whatever it may be, we're ready. Singles is gonna be on for set 3. Who's gonna make an appearance? It definitely will not be Byung-Hyun and Sang-Hoon Lee in this occasion. Are we gonna see Jesus Choi though? Could be a case, but Jejun Lee on the Blade Master seems like a formidable option as well. So it's going over to Young-Hoon Che and Suwon Lee for coup d'etat. Which of those two are going to be making an appearance for this next set? Probably give them a good lead to head on to set 4.
Yeah, it'll make most sense for coup d'etat to send out Young-Hoon Che on the Assassin, because he definitely has a lot of experience on that. But I'll be surprised if they send Suwon Lee, because he only has the Destroyer registered on his roster. And, you know, for Nyang, to be honest, I have no idea if they'll send out either Jejun Lee or Jisoo Choi.
Destroyer for 1v1. We've seen it in the past. The World Destroyer, Sungin Choi has made it work multiple times in the past. So definitely not an impossible pick. Just know that we won't see Byung-Hyun or Sang-Hoon Lee. Who's it going to be, though?
Time to see.
Kind of to our expectation.
Okay.
Young-Hoon Che on the Assassin, very much expected. Jejun Lee seemed like the better option this time around with the Blade Master. So we're going to get a very interesting 1v1 between the Assassin and the Blade Master. We haven't seen that in a while. See what happens?
We'll have to see if Jejun Lee will be able to kind of bring back the Blade Master out of his coffin. And it seems like we are ready to get into our third match. Let's get it on.
For game 3, see if we're getting ready to see this Assassin Blade Master, a revival of the classic. Haven't seen this in a while. Jejun Lee has been very, very impressive. Most of the matches that he's played so far. Stunned up to start us off, and not much time wasted for Young-Hoon Che to get the scarf going. Another stun. Does he have another escape? He's gonna get the last escape going here.
There we go. All escapes, and including that Flock of Blade, is out for Jejun Lee. 1 CC from Young-Hoon Che. Jejun Lee is basically done. So we'll see how Jejun Lee will play, and he chooses the wall.
Chooses the furnace. Yep. That's his protection.
Oh, there we go! He's actually making his move now. Gets the block. Young-Hoon Che out of that stealth for 10 seconds.
But he has a Lotus Fist.
Oh, yeah.
He can't use that. It's gonna be fine for now. Now he chooses to use it. One more stun coming in. That could be crucial. There we see it starting now. One more second now. The escape is right there. He still has to use it right now. And now he's gonna use it.
He misses that knockback though.
Yeah, so that's gonna be very important for him. Another stun. That's gonna be it. And that's gonna be the last one. 30 seconds. He's definitely not gonna be surviving for this one. As long as he gets the combo right, Young-Hoon Che is seemingly gonna win out this one, but barely gets away here.
It seems like Young-Hoon Che definitely has
another stun. Okay, come on. You're not going to get multiple infinite chances, Jejun Lee, if you get into a stun. Yeah, you're going to go down. Young-Hoon Che gets the multiple stuns back and forth, and that's going to give him the victory. Give a 2-1 lead now over the coup d'etat.
Yeah, the only chance that Jejun Lee had was, you know, even though he was already being pushed to the corner, when he got that escape back, and he tried to time that escape to knock back Young-Hoon Che, but Young-Hoon Che, I don't know if it was intentional or just luck, he dodges, that that knockback from the tab escape. We'll see it very soon after this replay.
Could have been a lot better. We've seen.
Yeah, if Jaejun Lee got that knockback, it could have gone a lot differently.
Yeah. Saw that escape that
here.
came through.
Right now, after this combo, Jaejun Lee tries to knock him out. Oh, they just skipped that over.
It's all right.
But anyways, it was that moment where Jaejun Lee's tab escape did not knock back Youngwon Chae, unfortunately, leading Youngwon Chae to just constantly just CC Jaejun Lee until the end.
Well, we learned one thing is that Youngwon Chae is still quite good at the
yeah.
assassin, and trying to see what they can do. Coup d'etat just one win away from going into the semifinals. Come from the bottom to make this done, and we're seeing this kind of a trend starting from Group A when you talk about IDEPs coming from way at the bottom to fight their way through, even beating out GC Busan Blue now to go over the semifinals against GC Busan Red. But I think we can see the same thing here. If Coup d'etat wins out this next match, they will be facing off against Nyangyang to see if they're trying to see what they can win out. The next match will probably indicate to us that they're going to be facing off Anarchy in the semifinals as well. So one more match to go. See what they can do. Tag match could be the last one here ending.
Let's hope there's no twists into this last match. And once again, Youngwon Chae will be bringing out the assassin instead of the warlock, and same composition for Nyangyang as well. So if this plays out the same, Coup d'etat will get the victory like they did in the first round, and they'll be moving up to face Anarchy next week.
Definitely the mindset is that since there are no warlocks on the opponent's team, we don't really need to have a warlock on our own, and they're just going to go for the more confidence in terms of Youngwon Chae playing the assassin in his main class, and maybe adding to the damage that the gunslinger from Byung-Jung can provide with that. So very good composition that has worked out really well for round one, and see if they can replicate the results in round 4 here to end out the series. It's going to be really interesting to see. We're going to get on to game 4. Could be the last one with Coup d'etat. Winning one more against Nyangyang will get them into the semifinals. We'll see if they can do that. If Nyangyang can pull one right back. Let's get the game underway. Here we go. Young-Jun back out once again for Coup d'etat. Has done very well. Has been more about the other guys in the team. Youngwon Chae on the assassin doing really well against Nyangyang. Also, secondly, talk about his last performance against other opponents with KKC doing very well as well.
We'll have to see how this game is carried out, because Byung-Jun actually did get his first death against Nyangyang, and like I said before, if they're able to do that a little earlier in the game without losing so many players in the process, Nyangyang actually does have a chance against Coup d'etat in tag matches, because this is the only team that actually got rid of Byung-Jun ever.
It really is. Just needs to do it a little bit quicker there. Explosion coming through. Byung-Jun still ready to fight on. Do against Suwon Lee on the KFM. Had a hard time last time around. Doing a lot better this time, putting out the poke damage from distance.
Yep, and Suwon Lee gets his cooldowns back, and there we go. The reflect and goes in aggressive.
He finally gets out of that wall, which was crucial last time around. Youngwon Chae, as soon as he comes in, goes to a stun, which is going to be forcing out the stealth from the assassin here.
Yeah, so Sang-Won Lee right now on this KFM, forcing out Byung-Jun's tag early, forcing out that escape, and this offensive interfere coming in from Jaejun Lee. They're just going super aggressive right now. Nyangyang definitely wants to win this.
And it was a defensive
but Sang-Won Lee
have a hard time. We talk about the interfere that can come in, does so well. The summoner, Choi, had to come in for the defense. I'm trying to help him out. Defense coming out once again. Suwon Lee, the destroyer, doing very well to help save him there.
Jaejun Lee comes in just to be CC'd. Tab escape is out again.
It's out, and get to one more stun will probably mean a lot of trouble. That's gonna be the tag point already used. That escape gone. Feels weren't really safe enough. Gonna bring Choi back out on the field. Talk about her being very uncomfortable right now, being out on the field instead of being on the bench.
Yeah, she's definitely more comfortable providing that burst damage with that interfere, but we'll see how she does against Youngwon Chae. The cat definitely putting out work right there, annoying Youngwon Chae's assassin.
She's out on the field trying to make some work do, but Chae trying to get the damage in. Another stun coming out. It will be Choi. She might be safe for now, but she has to tag out, so barely. 3 members surviving on the side of Yang Yang. Blade Master doing so well. The Iron Plating comes in time, but still takes a lot of damage on the illusion to that. Byung-Jun comes back out for that tag point being used. Still has a hard time with so much damage coming from genuinely all alone. And the damage coming in from Jisoo Choi. Can he get the tag out? One more hit would have done it, but Byung-Jun pushes that tag button in time and gonna bring Suwon Lee back out on their field with the destroyer.
Jejun creating that opportunity with the flock of blade chase into the aerial afterwards.
Oh, but Jejun Lee having such a hard time in that aerial with the gunner. Does so much damage in the air. Suwon Lee back out onto the field.
Kudeta definitely not having an easy time, but that thing that you just heard right now, the reflex coming from the destroyer. Here we go. The back roll chase pulled in.
Okay, he's gonna be pulling him in. Suwon Lee, Suwon Lee.
Yeah.
He's gonna be doing very well to pull him in on that one. Youngchae on the stealth, trying to go for the damage there, and Jejun Lee gonna go for the ultimate. Does not connect too much there. Youngchae is still relatively safe here. He's only very low on health. Just be careful.
Sang-won Lee's KFM is just so good. It feels like I'm seeing the old school Suwon Kim's KFM when he used to just fly around owning everything. And this is Sang-won Lee. He's just doing just that.
He is, and doing very well, but he needs his opponents to really put down some chances as well. But I'm gonna say Jisoo Choi out of very low health. So instead of Jejun Lee coming out, Jisoo Choi.
Rumblebee doing enough damage to force that tag out. Suwon Lee comes in.
Suwon Lee's out. Trying to just kill out the summoner. Forcing another tag, the last one being used by the side of Yang Yang. Jejun Lee is back out with the Blade Master once again.
He's dazed. He's dazed. Saving his escape.
Just a clean combo and pulls him in
go.
once again. Now it's gonna
there we go. Gets that chase.
Really important that he got that one though, but he's gonna go wait for the crucial stun to join us off here.
Oh!
See the defense interfere from Sang-won Lee. Destroyer ultimate. He's gonna do some damage, but it's gonna be tagged right to Byung-Jun.
No health, no tag points. And there's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds left for Byung-Jun.
Oh, but destroys his choice. And Jejun Lee on that instant double kill, and Byung-Jun looking like he's just gonna single-handedly finish out the game in a triple kill. But he's gonna be on to his last opponent with Sang-won Lee, the last member up for KFM. Wow.
Back-to-back kill, just, you know, Byung-Jun just shut me up. He just
he just told you to be quiet.
Yeah,
stop talking.
He's like, just shut up and watch.
Wow.
Is what I've been told.
Oh my goodness. Instant double kill coming out of nowhere. We thought Byung-Jun coming out might have been a mistake because it's so low on health, but we knew the gunslinger was needed to pull off a play like that.
Yeah, he might get the triple kill that. Oh, there we go with the ult. He's proccing that ult. There we go. Just for show.
Definitely not in the radius to get that done.
But we'll see if Sang-won Lee's KFM has been so good. He might be able to knock off Byung-Jun with that low health.
Still has all the escape Byung-Jun, so he's gonna be
he's going aggressive!
Oh, has no tag. Remember, he has no tag, but he's not gonna allow the freeze, and he's still gonna get the triple kill with that slimmest of health. And we're gonna see Kudeta win out in the end. Game 4 going to these guys. The super rookie Byung-Jun doesn't know how to die as the gunslinger, and he is back to play a triple kill in that tag match in the last round to finish it all off, and they're going to be heading into the semifinals.
I bet you Kudeta definitely had the hardest time with Yang Yang. You know, it doesn't matter if they still lost to Anarchy and they had, you know, they beat KKC. Yang Yang definitely put up a fight, and this was definitely worth the watch because either team kind of came out with a non-meta composition, not including Warlocks on both sides as well. And Jejun Lee's Blade Master kind of creating a lot of opportunities for his teammates, as well as Sang-won Lee's KFM doing a lot of damage and creating opportunities as well for the team. Jisoo providing with that burst damage, but unfortunately for Yang Yang, they are defeated and is eliminated.
Yang Yang looks pretty good on week 1. Thought their efforts would really progress them forward to a successful season, but in the end, they are knocked away and eliminated right from the quarterfinals, so they will not be seen again in Season 1. Kudeta, we thought they had really a weak start to the season. Obviously, that quarterfinals, the first day, it didn't go so well for them in day 2, but here they are in the losers bracket, trying to go to see what they do, and really had to go through multiple matches to get this done, but they are now in the semifinals, getting ready to face up against a rematch against Anarchy.
Yep, Kudeta will be going up against Anarchy, and like Joe said, it is a rematch. The first time they played, it was Anarchy 3-2 for Kudeta, and let's not forget about Group A as well. IDEPS going up against GC Busan Red now, but on the other hand for IDEPS, they haven't played Red yet. They've only played GC Busan Blue and they lost to them. And they were able to beat them today to go up against GC Busan Red tomorrow. But we'll see how IDEPS plays out. But for Coup d'etat, getting that rematch is a redemption match for them. They have to prepare even more, because if they lose twice in a row, that just proves that you're just not as a good team.
Nyang was kind of surprised there. You saw on that camera right there. But very nice results coming in from Coup d'etat, who did win out, and they're going to be up to go to the semifinals along with IDEPS, and they will be joined in by GC Busan Red on Group A. And also Coup d'etat will be facing off Anarchy once again in Group B to get their finalists underway. So not much long for this tournament now. We're getting to the nitty and the gritty, trying to find out this 3-week tournament, how it will end out. We're already on the halfway point. Starting the semifinals tomorrow will be very, very exciting to see who's going to make their way up.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We only have 3 days left of this tournament of Season 1, and now we do have this next matchup, which is tomorrow, 1 hour later. So basically it's 1300 or 1 p.m. KST. So Google that time, depending on what region you're from. You will be able to see GC Busan Red Coup d'etat versus, Anarchy and IDEPS go along, and it will be best out of 7.
We're going to see how that works out. Tomorrow will start us off in match 1. Really be interesting, because we talk about how interesting this matchup really became after the weeks have gone by, and now we're on to this season. It's looking really good to see who the finalists eventually will be, because I think all the teams in the semifinals right now are looking very, very good. Yeah,
definitely. Everybody has shown us a color for each of their teammates, and I'm so excited that it's only tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow for the beginning of the semifinals. So thank you guys for joining us in the action. My name is Joel. So joining with me was Ending Live, and we'll return tomorrow for the semifinals of blade&soul Korea. We'll see you then.
Someone to turn to, another day, another bed. It's just